Mid-Valley High School baseball is on the air. The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of News Talk 1580 KGAL and is brought to you by Lynn Benton Tractor, Our Honda, Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant, Albany Grocery Outlet, Stavros Auto Centers, Mark Thomas Motors, Burgerville, Now Builders, Northwest Apparel and Embroidery, Wilson Motors, Figaro's Pizza of Albany, Like New Appliance, and by Economy Supply Building Center. Now get ready for Mid-Valley High School baseball with all the action. Here are Radio Ray and Scott Landgren, live on 1580 KGAL.
I don't think so, not yet, because I'm only kidding back there at the stage. There we go. All right. It's always a little crowded up here, and it's trying to get things together here, get some rosters. If you got them at home, smoke them for just a minute while I find some important information before we start this baseball game today. It is a beautiful day for baseball. It looked like it would be a better day for meteorologists and watersheds and swimming pools and rainbows, but so far the rain has been holding off. I understand that it rained here about 2 o'clock, and the JV game was actually rained out because they play on the field over there where they don't have a tarp.
Oh.
But down by the Cheshire Mansion where I was residing, taking care of the fine, beloved, but weird Labrador, Enzo, it did not rain down there, but I understand they had a pretty good downpour here. I know this is your area, is that right? Raining?
Well, I live on the other side of town, and it rained a little bit, but it wasn't a downpour. But that doesn't mean it didn't downpour here because, like I said, I'm on the other side of town, so...
Are you on the good side or the bad side of town?
Well, I don't know. It didn't rain there, so I guess it's good, right?
Well, right now we're on the good side of town. The rain is holding off. We're here at Lebanon High School on a good Wednesday afternoon. I'm Radio Ray. That's Scott Landgren, better known to millions as Statman Carruthers, and hoping to keep some good stats on a Lebanon-Dallas baseball game today. These two teams have been really very significant opponents in both football and basketball the last few years. Basketball in particular, because it's been one of the teams that Lebanon competes very well against and always has a chance to win, and has been somewhat of a rarity in basketball recently. But it was baseball last year that really was somewhat upsetting. Lebanon had a very solid team last year, and they had a chance to win the league, and it looked like they would. And as I recall, all they had to do was take one game series against Dallas, and Dallas swept the entire series.
That seems right, yeah.
Ruining their hopeful first-place finish as they fell in the standings. In fact, I meant to go back on Oregon Prep Sports today and get the standings, but I think they slipped to third with the 3 losses that weekend, instead of finishing in first place. This year, Lebanon has lost a number of starters from that team. It appeared that they would have a very solid team coming back, Scott, but I saw in the Lebanon Express today there were 3 seniors who did not come back this year, who instead opted to go out for a different spring sport.
Yeah.
And Brandon Marquez, who was a member of the team last year, is now up in the Sweet Home area, lives up in Sweet Home attending Sweet Home.
No.
And so they lost several players that it seemed a year ago that they might bring back. As a result, Lebanon only has 3 returning members of the key roster from last year. That would be Luke Rapay, who may well be the catcher, first-team catcher all-league, I would think, from what we saw last week and what we've seen the last few years. He returns along with his brother Jacob, who will be the pitcher today, and Riley Wessel, an outfielder. Those are the only 3 seniors that return. Now, I don't know. I don't remember from Dallas. I did a game in Dallas a year ago and regretted it.
Oh, really?
Because I went to Dallas to do the game. I was told they had a press box, but it was too small to get 2 people in.
I remember the story, yes.
So the public address announcer was in that press box, and it was a windy day. It's an open field where the wind just whips across there. And I was seated at a table behind home plate. It was one of those days where you try to batten down the scorecard.
Right.
Again, it's a famous scorecard that is not part of a book that's rather solid. It's just a sheet of paper, the copy from a scorecard I saw years ago that I liked. So the paper was blowing all over the place. It was difficult to see behind there because you'd get the batters coming up. They were going to hit. They'd be standing right in front of you.
Right, right.
I regretted it deeply. But I did a game from Dallas last year, but The names between the football broadcast we do, the basketball and baseball, I don't know how many of these guys are returning from last season. I do know that so far they have put together a very solid team. They're 4-0 on the year. They swept the series earlier, and they won yesterday, the opening of what will be a 3-game series this weekend. They won 6-3 at Dallas yesterday. So this becomes a key game for Lebanon to make a statement today. They swept South Albany last week, lost 2 of 3 to Corvallis in their first series, but they need to come up with a good game this afternoon. It becomes an important one for them against Dallas. And we appear that we're just about ready to start. We never start exactly on time. They try to start as quickly as they can. So let's take our first time out. We'll come back and hopefully have all the lineups and everything together for the game. And if we don't, who cares? It's a great day for baseball, we think, and we'll return at KGAL.
Knock it off, Egg McMuffin.
What? What's wrong, Oatmeal?
Stop undressing me with your eyes.
I'm not. I'm reading your packaging. You're less than 400 calories?
Of course.
Then it's Kismet. I'm under 400 calories, too.
Oh, so just because we're each under 400 calories, we belong together? Hello, McMuffin? What are you doing?
Undressing you with my eyes. This is way more interesting.
Behold, McDonald's favorites under 400 menu. All your faves, each under 400 calories. The simple joy of having it all at participating McDonald's.
We take refreshment pretty seriously. How else do you explain the coffee cart in front of the coffee shop next to the other coffee shop? And we all know those mental reboots can cost. But at McDonald's, whether you want a soft drink or a coffee, you can refresh for just $1.
At McDonald's, you can get any size ice-cold soft drink or any size rich premium roast coffee for just $1 every day. It's more value to love.
Perk up for $1? Now that's what I call refreshing.
A la carte only. Price and participation may vary.
Looking for a subcompact tractor? You'll find the world's first at Lynn Benton Tractor. It's the BX series from Kubota. 4 great models are packed full of features you'd expect from larger tractors. From light yard work to heavier loader work, there's a BX series model for you at Lynn Benton Tractor. You can check out Kubota's BX series this week at the Lynn County Fairgrounds during the Northwest Horse Show and Expo, or at Lynn Benton Tractor's new location in Silverton, and as always along Highway 99E Tangent.
The really big spring event is happening now at Power Honda in Albany. Check out the all-new 2013 Accord and find out why it is the winner of the USA Today Motor Week Midsize Sedan Shootout. During this month of April, you can take advantage of 1.9% financing for 60 months on the all-new Accord.
Financing subject to approved credit.
Visit Power Honda online at mypowerhonda.com or stop by Power Honda in Albany today, just east of I-5 on Santiam Highway, your Honda Superstore.
Financing subject to approved credit.
1580 KGAL.
All right, just about ready to begin this afternoon as the umpire throws the ball out. In fact, we have thrown the first strike. That's the reason the umpire is throwing a ball back. Strike 1 is thrown to the leadoff hitter, Cade Fast, the shortstop for the Dallas Dragons. Jacob Rapay is the pitcher. The second pitch of the game will be hit a high fly ball, a shallow, very shallow right field. And it'll be the first out of the game taken by Skylar Garber in right field. And little by little, I will write in defensively the names of the player. There goes Skylar Garber into right field. Jacob Rapay gets the start today. We saw him last Wednesday in the game that we carried against South Albany, and he pitched very effectively and picked up the win. It turned out to be an 11-1. High fly ball to left field. No, actually, that's not even going to get out there to left. It's going to be taken by the shortstop, backing up and making a tough play, and a one-handed catch is John Guederos. I saw the left fielder break immediately. It appeared off the bat to be far enough to reach Garrett Smith, but the shortstop, John Guederos, backed up and had to make a play going away from home plate, one-handed. Dangerous catch, but he made it, and on 3 pitches, 2 up and 2 down.
Well, so far, both of the first Dallas players have swung on the first pitch.
Here's Jarrett Peterson, who does the same.
No, they're free swingers, I'll tell you that.
He is the pitcher today, and he follows off the first pitch, strike 1 to Jarrett. Keaton Weaver, the DH, batted second. Cade Fast, the shortstop, made the first out on the fly ball to Skylar. Keaton Weaver pops out to short to John Guederos, in short left. This pitch is swung on and hit towards right field, and it will be caught for the final out of the inning. A nice running catch by Skylar Garber. Had to one-hand it, but had a beat on it all the way. So a minimum of pitches, 5 pitches in the first inning, top of the first, and the side retired by Jacob Rapay, 1-2-3. Nothing doing for Dallas in the first. It's the Dragons and the Warriors. Warriors coming to bat on KGAL.
You will always get your money's worth, and the food is fresh, original, and tasty at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Open areas or cozy booths, you'll find Ixtapa's service superb and menu variety most excellent. Visit them for lunch or dinner, where the parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet. Are you part of an office group? Groups of 10 to 25 are always invited, and $3 drink specials are always offered. Enjoy Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant today at 25 North Main in Lebanon.
Time to get growing. An Economy Supply Building Center can help. Get the nutrients your soil needs with EarthGrow Steer Manure Blend. Each cubic foot bag is now $1.39, and it's an Economy Supply special buy. Have moss? Then now's the time for Scott Super Turf Builder with Moss Control. You'll save $4 on each bag that covers 5,000 square feet. It is time to get growing, and you'll find all the great Scott's products to help you at Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street, Lebanon.
1580 KGAL.
All right, welcome back. Underway this afternoon. Sunshine on the field here, but lots of dangerous-looking clouds lurking above us here. And they say the chance of rain is 100% today, which just means that it will rain. It doesn't say anything about how much, but the guess in the amounts, anywhere from 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. And really, certainly not that much, even with what I understand was a cloudburst for a time that wiped out the junior varsity game. There certainly hasn't been that much at this point. We can hope for a couple more hours there will not be any here. As Jared Peterson, who popped out, actually flew out to right field. Nice running catch by Skylar Garber, close to the foul line for the final out of the inning. He is the starting pitcher. And he will face John Guederos, the shortstop. Jared Marshall, third baseman, batting second. Luke Rapay, the catcher, hits third. Austin Lopez is the cleanup hitter, playing first base. Kyle Christensen, the center fielder, will hit fifth. Jacob Rapay is the pitcher, and he will batting sixth. Dylan Williams plays second, hits seventh, hitting eighth. Riley Wessel, the left fielder, and Skylar Garber, the right fielder, will bat ninth for the Warriors. Losing yesterday's game 6-3, 4 straight victories for Dallas to open the season, but the first 3 I just checked, finally getting things out of the bag and room to get them against Silverton. The pitch, strike.
Silverton is one of the teams that are lower in the league. I think they have 1 or 2 victories on the year, so
they have one. But they beat South Albany yesterday for their first win, and South Albany is winless. Pitch is swung on, hit hard, a base hit into left field by a diving third baseman, Tyler Totten. John Guederos starts out with a base hit, and a good start for Lebanon. Runner at first, nobody out. I don't think that we will see
Third baseman number 5.
What we saw a week ago, which was a stolen base. What was it, 13?
12, I think it was.
Oh, you sure?
I'm not sure. It was 12 or 13. It was a lot of stolen bases. It was like any time a Warrior got to first, he was pretty much automatically going to second on the next pitch. We may see a steal, but it may be a couple pitches into this at-bat.
We see a bunt in front of home plate. Jared Marshall, a good one. Back to the pitcher, Peterson, who will pick it up. And the bunt does place the runner at second. And the Warriors will play 90 feet at a time here, hopefully getting a run and a lead. As Marshall, a bunt right straight in front of home plate. No play for Peterson at second. Guederos with a good break, and he will stand on second.
Now batting catcher, number 21.
Well, then why not? Like you said, move the runner up. You have your best hitter, your 3-hole hitter coming in, and a shot to the gap will get the 1-0 lead, just like that, if they can do it.
And Luke Rapay is that hitter, the third hitter in the order, the catcher. The umpire will come out and present a baseball to the pitcher and talk with him. I met the home plate umpire before the game. I've met him before. I don't remember his name. What is it? Eric Svitz. Fisk. Remember, we've got these earmuffs on here.
Well, I could hear him. Come on, Ray.
Oh,
come on.
You could hear that?
I could.
How could you hear that? I couldn't hear a thing.
I don't know.
Did you say something?
Yeah.
First.
Not at all.
Yeah. First pitch misses, ball 1. Giving me sign language here. When you guys reach 35, you'll understand. Here is Luke Rapay. 1 ball, no strikes. Leading from second, John Guederos. 1 out, bottom of the first, no score. Pop could be trouble towards right field. It is going to drop for a base hit. John at second had to read that fly ball whether it would be caught or not. Here comes the throw as he is coming home on a delayed attempt to get home, and he is out at home. That one was too risky. And I see Jeff Stolzik is talking with him. That Jeff originally, I guess, Jeff is moving his arm in the fashion that would say that he gave him the green light to come around third. He must have done that initially, and he stopped at third and then tried to come home. By then it was too late as the relay had come into the infield from the left fielder, or the right fielder, who is Tyler Sommerfeld, to the shortstop Josh Kibbe, who threw home to the catcher Brett Moskal, who put the tag on John Guederos. So a little lack of proper communication on the base paths, and he is thrown out for the second out. But Rapay, who gets credit for the base hit, wound up at second, and there is a strike to Austin Lopez. It was a fly ball that was not quite clear whether it might be high enough to be caught, but it dropped between second and right field. But Guederos had to hold up to see whether it would be caught.
Right, and that's
should have stopped at third.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, because he was, very close to the bag at second in case it was caught, and it was a little dunker into right field. So by the time that ball got there, he was just starting his, attempt to go to third, and well, I'm not really sure. Miscommunication somewhere, like you said.
1 ball, 1 strike to Austin Lopez, who plays first base today for the Warriors, and he takes strike 2, 1 and 2. So with 2 outs, it's Luke Rapay at second, and it's Austin Lopez hoping to drive in a first run for the Warriors. Right-handed pitcher Jared Peterson, with the sun shining, throws, hit right back at him, and he'll field a nice job of grabbing that ball before it perhaps got through the infield. And Austin Lopez grounds back to the pitcher Peterson, who will throw to first for the out, and the side is retired. So the Warriors a good chance to get that initial run in the jump in the ball game, but they do not do it despite a couple of base hits, 1 left. An inning done, we are scoreless. The Dragons, the Warriors today on KGAL.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market has bargain prices now on a 3-pound bag of cuties, only $2.99. Save up to $2. Hamburger Helper, only 99 cents. 3 pounds of Harris Ranch, $73.27. Ground beef chub, only $6.99. You save up to $7. Price good through the night. And 22-ounce Bubba Steak Bacon Wrapped Sirloin Fillets. In freezer, just $6.99. You save up to $3. Hurry, specials good while supplies last. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
Serving Albany and the Willamette Valley for 37 years. Hi, this is Dean Stavros for Stavros Auto Services. The Auto Doctors is the mechanic side of our business and will give you a written lifetime warranty on all work they perform. Jason and I are proud of Jeff, our service manager, and his trained mechanical technicians. Brakes, tune-ups, or any other maintenance your auto may need, Jeff and his team are ready to help. Stavros Auto Services. Same people, same commitment to excellence. You've got our name on it. Find us at packautobody.com.
1580 KGAL.
Well, the Warriors squander a good chance to get to the first run of the game in that first inning. I think there was a lack of communication. I believe when Guederos was out at home plate, and as he walked back towards the dugout, Jeff Stolzik, the head coach, came up and was talking to him. And of course, all you can see from here is the sign language, and he was repeating the sign, which is the green light sign.
Right.
And I think what he was saying is, I gave you the green light sign, then Guederos slowed down at third, then kept going, and it was too late. Line drive to left field, and there is Riley Wessel for the first out of the inning. Boy, you're right about jumping on that first pitch.
They like it.
And Scott Shepping, who is the first baseman and their cleanup hitter, smashed that one, but right at Riley Wessel, who never moved, just stuck the glove up and made the put out.
4 for 4 on first pitch swinging are these Dragons.
Wow. And 6 pitches in the game and 4 outs. Here's Brett Moskal, the catcher, swings on the first pitch and loops it to right. That one is not going to be caught. That one is going to drop for a base hit in front of Skylar Garber, the right fielder. So the first hit of the game for Dallas puts a runner at first with 1 out. Let's see what they would do with their number 6 hitter, Tyler Sommerfeld, the right fielder.
Now batting right field.
I bet he'll swing at the first pitch, Ray. I really bet.
Yeah, that's the first pitch again.
I mean, it's a good strategy. You're probably going to get a fastball in that situation. It's probably going to be close to the strike zone. You can't get a hit unless you swing at it, right? Might as well.
Runner at first, 1 out, does not go, and the pitch is swung on. First pitch hit slowly towards the third baseman charging. Jared Marshall will throw to first for the out. Good job for Jared. If it had gotten to John Guederos, the shortstop, it would have been a very tough put out, but Jared, cutting across the infield, makes the play, a good play. And the out at first, moving to second, Brett Moskal. 5-3 on the put out. This is great, though.
Well, yeah, it's great for us. It's a quick game. It has to be great for Jacob out there on the mound.
As long as they're outs.
Right, yeah. He's keeping his pitch count down. He's got 3 pitches in the inning.
Garrett Smith, first pitch to him is swung on, 1 hopper to the shortstop. Guederos will make the throw to first, and it comes off. The first baseman comes off the base, has to try to make the tag, and did not in time, throws home, and that will not be in time. Now he will call the runner safe at first. I thought he did get back and touch the bag. The first baseman this afternoon is Austin Lopez. It was a hard shot to Guederos on 1 hop. He had time to make the play, threw to first, pulled first baseman Austin Lopez toward home plate. The runner had already crossed first, but when Lopez got back to the bag, he was not able to tag the runner. Was not able to tag him going by, and did not get him afterwards. So the runner is safe at first. The throw home is not in time, and unfortunately, it'll have to be charged an error to the shortstop that allows the runner to score. Brett Moskal makes it 1-0.
And we just had our first batter not swing at the first pitch for Dallas.
Which was ball 1 to Josh Kibbe.
It was.
The number 8 hitter in the order. It was a hard shot, but it was 1 hop to John Guederos, who would have had plenty of time because it was so hard hit to throw the runner out, but pulled first baseman Austin Lopez off the bag. Pitch misses. Ball 2. Well, both pitches out of the strike zone. I don't think anyone has offered at a ball. All of the first pitches really have been in the strike zone that they've been swinging at.
Yeah.
So the only reason Josh Kibbe hasn't swung yet is well out of the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner leads 1-0. 2 outs. There's a strike taken. Well, you're getting down a little deeper in the order now. It's much deeper at number 8 hitter Josh Kibbe, left-hander. Throw to first. Runner is back. Garrett Smith. It is a windy afternoon if you're down in that field, and anywhere you look here at trees, or there's it looks like a palm tree behind the dugout there, doesn't it?
It does.
Miami. Pitch is taken low for ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike.
You could see that flag out in center field really whipping with the wind too.
Yeah.
It's breezy. It may be a trouble for fly balls here today.
Jacob Rapay says yes to the sign and throws ball 4. So maybe a little bit of trouble here in the second inning. 1 run is home, first and second, with 2 outs. The number 9 hitter, Tyler Totten.
Now batting.
Can we come to a, let's see.
Tyler Totten.
Totten, all right. See, Rich Slavinsky was on the PA. If you prefer Totten, that's fine. That's fine with me. Do we vote? Totten?
Totten? I mean,
Totten.
T-O-T-T-E-N. Totten.
Totten.
Yeah?
Okay, Totten.
I would say Totten.
All right. I will agree. The first pitch misses, ball 1, and coming out, Luke Rapay will come out for a talk with Jacob Rapay, his brother. And they'll not be discussing the weather. And the head coach for Dallas, who will be nameless, I was a little irritated before the game. Instead of the usual lineup card, which already has all the numbers in order for the batters, he had it typed, which was very nice, but it was hard to distinguish which number was which. Was it the order that they're batting? The pitch is swung on and fouled it down the right field line. Both runners will return, first and second. But the other thing is that always the lineup card always lists the coaches, and on the typed paper it was just the 9 batters, and not the names of the coaches. And I'm not sure. Actually, I may have a Dallas roster in there somewhere. Oh, it is Scott McDonald. Throw down to first, throw behind the runner at first, and not in time. Luke Rapay has a good arm. Where'd you get that from, Rich? Scott McDonald is the coach. Was talking with his batter as Luke Rapay was out talking with his brother. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners lead from first and second. 1-0 Dallas, but 2 outs here in the top of the second, and the pitch has popped up. Should be the 3rd out. First baseman Austin Lopez calls everyone off, and just before he reaches the outfield grass, reaches out, makes the catch, and the side is retired. But Dallas does get a run as a result of an error. It'll be an unearned run, and they get a hit in the inning, leave a couple. We have finished an inning and a half. It's 1-0 Dallas. Warriors coming to bat on KGAL.
If your washer, dryer, stove, or fridge are stone cold dead, then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 541-259 at 1131, of course. You see, Like New Appliance is a Mid-Valley's premier recycler, creating like new appliances from your abandoned, lifeless metal rejects. Do your recycling part. Ask for a free discarded appliance pickup today by calling 259 at 1131. That's 541-259 at 1131 for Like New Appliance.
When it comes to the most experience, best warranty, best fuel economy, and best service, Mark Thomas Motors is the best. The last standing, locally 4th-generation family-owned new car dealer in Albany, with 3 locations featuring GMC Buick, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and Hyundai's North American Car of the Year, Elantra, and a new Veloster and Sonata. Support your community by buying your new or certified pre-owned car or truck now at Mark Thomas Motors, Sandy M Highway in Albany. Shop online at markthomasmotors.com.
Mark Thomas Motors, why pay more?
1580 KGAL.
Welcome, bottom of the second inning here from Lebanon High School today. I'm Ray Ray along with Scott Landgren, our second broadcast of the year. If you were with us last week, we had intended to do the game on Friday. Always a big game, Corvallis and West. Unfortunately, because of the threat of rain last week, they moved the game up to Thursday. And for several reasons, we were unable to do a Thursday broadcast. Here's the first pitch at the bottom of the second, which will be ball 1 to Kyle Christensen, the number 5 hitter for the Warriors, leading off. 1-0 Dallas. They moved it up to Thursday to give themselves a couple of chances on getting the game in on days where it was a very heavy chance of rain. Pitch misses, ball 2. And they were able to play on Thursday. If it had been canceled and they played on Friday, we still would have been all right.
Yeah. But we got it in.
2 balls, no strikes to Kyle, right-handed hitter who looks at ball 3. 3-0. Warriors with a good chance for a run in that first inning. Base running mistake cost them an out at home plate. And Dallas, because of an error, scored an unearned run in the top of the second. They lead at 1-0. 3-0 pitch. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes inside ball 4. 4 pitches, and Kyle Christensen, the center fielder today for the Warriors, walks. Runner at first. Nobody out. Warriors got John Guederos, their leadoff hitter in the first on, and then Jared Marshall bunted him to second. It was John who would later be thrown out at home plate. Left-handed hitter, the pitcher, Jacob Rapay.
Third baseman looks like he's expecting a bunt here.
Tyler Totten is up on the grass. There's a strike called. So the Warriors doing the opposite of what Dallas was doing, at least in the early part of their lineup, swinging at a first pitch. Taking some pitches from Jarrett Peterson. Throw to first, and the runner is back. After Jacob, Dylan Williams, the second baseman, hits 7th. Riley Wessel, left fielder, hits 8th. Skylar Garber, the right fielder, hitting 9th. For the Warriors, 0-1. Runner does not go. A bunt is fouled back toward us, and it will get over the fence and hit the bleachers. Boy, it looks pretty empty down there. Can you see?
I think there's 2 people in those bleachers right there.
Ooh, big crowd.
Yeah.
It'll be a tough day for concessions.
That's right. There's a couple more in chairs and 2 more down on the far bleachers. So
wow.
We got about 10 people on that side. How many on this side?
Look at the Dallas. Oh, you can't see the Dallas side.
Oh,
may have more. At least it's equal, because there are some people standing on the far bleacher down there.
You are correct.
But they may have an equal number here today, surprisingly. 0-2 to Jacob. Runner leads, and he dives back in, and a good throw, and the pitcher, Jarrett Peterson, jumps up in disappointment.
I think he wanted that one.
Well, he threw it right on the mark where Christensen was diving back into first. It was close. He gets the lead. Twitched that shoulder a little bit. Does not go. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. And Jacob is a strikeout victim. First of the game. And Jarrett Peterson has one out with the runner at first. And Dylan Williams, the second baseman, right-handed hitter, will step in.
Now batting second baseman.
What exactly? I mentioned the shrub or the tree. I'm not sure which would be the correct designation behind the Warrior dugout. Looks like a palm tree. It always looks like we're in spring training.
Yeah, maybe that's what they were going for.
Throw to first. What exactly is that? I haven't seen anything quite like that.
I have no idea. I have not even noticed it before today. You know, until you pointed that out, I had not noticed it, but it does look like one of those kind of trees that you would see in Arizona or Florida or somewhere.
First pitch to Dylan is at the knees.
Is it in the ground, or is it like in a...
I can't see it. I guess if you
in the ground, he
move back a little bit, I can see the edge of it. Yes, it is.
Huh.
Because from here it almost looks like it has no trunk.
Oh, just floating.
The throw first and the runner is back. But it gives a feel of maybe a spring training designation like Arizona or Florida.
Maybe they're just trying to draw in the sun.
It's far from it here today. Pitches outside.
Maybe it's a good luck charm to try to make sure it's always sunny. No rainouts here.
Dylan looks down at his head coach, Jeff Stolzig, at third base. Runner still leads from first. That's Kyle Christensen. Boy, he's had to make a lot of dives back to first. And he dives back in again successfully. Jarrett Peterson delivers that ball quickly over there.
And Kyle's got his attention at first, doesn't he?
He does. Again, there he goes. Yeah. He takes off, and the pitch is hit on one hop to the first baseman, who will drop it on one hop, but go to the bag for the out, picking it up. Plenty of time to get to the bag for the out, but because they sent the runner, Kyle Christensen, just at the correct moment, he will get to second. Dylan Williams is out at first on a one-hopper to the first baseman, Scott Shepik.
Number 11, Riley Wessel.
So Kyle finally makes it to second, but there are now 2 outs for Riley Wessel, the left fielder, right-handed hitter, to face Jarrett Peterson. Warriors trying to even the game, down 1-0, and the first pitch to him will be a strike on that outside corner. Breaking ball has been given the strike call a couple of times here. Just catching the outside corner. Riley sets. Jarrett Peterson checks second, and he throws. No way that one could catch the corner. Ball 1. Breaking ball. Skylar Garber is on deck for the Warriors. Keep in mind, baseball, 7-inning game for high school. Peterson again checks that runner at second and throws this time inside. Ball 2.
Why is that? I don't know if I've ever asked you, but why is it only 7?
Well, you know, the pitchers.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want them to throw too much.
That's what Rich said.
And if do you trust him or you trust me?
Well, you both agree with the answer, so
all right.
I was just saying that you both agree here.
There's a strike called. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the Warriors really have a surprisingly small number of players. We said that about South last week, but then we saw the Warrior roster. It was the same way. They only had 10 players available last Wednesday, and that becomes kind of tough, you know, in terms of pitching.
True.
Pitch is fouled away. Still 2-2 to Riley, and still standing out at second base, Kyle Christensen. Jeff Stolzig will come in for a conversation with Riley. Kind of like the 7-inning games to start the season.
Yeah.
Especially since occasionally, you know, we see the 22-run innings. It's nice to know that there is soon an end.
Right.
Sometimes.
That's
you know?
true. Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second and make it 3. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Riley Wessel, the second strikeout victim of the second inning. And ending at second, Kyle Christensen finally got to second with 2 outs, but stranded there, and the Warriors are down a run after 2. Nothing doing. 1 runner left on base, no hits. 2 innings done. 1-0 Dallas on KGAL.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all-natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese, fresh slice of tomato on a toasted hoagie roll, complemented with a seasoned tradition chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Albany Burgerville. Fresh, local, sustainable.
The mission of this quality Mid-Valley builder is treat every job like it's our only job, no matter how big or small. And we don't stop until our customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Now Builders has stuck to this business plan since their beginning in 1992. They welcome commercial and residential jobs, big or small, it doesn't matter at Now Builders. See their list of referrals online at nowbuilders.com or call 541-926-2858.
1580 KGAL.
Welcome back. Top of the third inning, moving along here nicely on this afternoon, and that is good in terms of the weather. Those clouds still loom very dark and low in the sky, but there's also sufficient blue sky, and there is much sunshine shining on our field here. Dallas 1-0 Dallas as we start the top of the third, and a strike thrown to Cade Fast. Cade started what was a fast bit of swinging in the first inning. Most everybody swinging at the first pitch. He swung at the first pitch. He took the first one here, and he swings at the second one, and he hits this one. That may be in the gap out there. Running attempt by the center fielder, Christensen. He cannot come up with it. Fielding it is the right fielder, Skylar Garber, who got over there quickly to keep that ball from rolling too far, but it is a double for Cade Fast to lead off the third inning. So runner at second, nobody out. Hit to right center, the nice diving attempt by Kyle Christensen as he dove towards right field but could not come up with it.
He was actually a lot closer to it than I thought he was going to be, because I thought it was slicing away from him, and I didn't think he was going to be that close to it, but he ended up almost making the great diving catch.
Here's Keaton Weaver, who will this time see at least 2 pitches. He swung at the first pitch. Maybe he took a couple, because they did have something like 5 pitches. I think he swung at the first pitch, but may have fouled it off in the first inning.
And maybe this is a strategy that Dallas has in the first time through.
The throw down to second, and the runner is back. He's back in plenty of time, and a throw from Luke Rapay. And there's 2 balls, no strikes to Keaton.
You know, maybe they're really aggressive the first time through the lineup, and then as the game goes on, they get more patient. I'm not sure.
Keaton Weaver popped out to the shortstop, John Gaderos, in the first inning, fouled back toward us. Two balls, 1 strike to Keaton. Jarrett Peterson, the pitcher, is on deck. He flew out to right field. And the pitching coach will come out and talk with Jacob Rapay. Is that Casey Vandenbos? Jason Williams. Jason Williams, the pitching coach, will come out. I'm not sure what he saw.
Something he did not like
on that last pitch, and he'll have somewhat of a lengthy conversation here with Luke Rapay.
Yeah.
The brothers, Luke the catcher and Jacob the pitcher, and now he will return. Boy, Luke, it looks like he's in the 22nd century movie, doesn't he, with the headgear?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different kind of catcher's helmet than you usually see. Looks like someone from one of those outer space movies that they're always wearing those kind of helmets.
And it's also silver, so that also kind of adds to it.
Well, whatever was said, Jacob is prepared to pitch to 2-1 count to Keaton Weaver with the runner at second, nobody out, top of the third, and the pitch is swung on high, fly ball to left. Riley Wessel goes back, and actually the center fielder Kyle Christensen will field it, make the catch, a one-handed catch. Close to the fence out there, short of the warning track, but that ball was hit a long way. The wind is blowing out, so the wind didn't hold it up, but it's sort of it's a shifting wind. And you see that flag going back and forth. I thought that ball was better hit than that.
So did I.
But primarily it appears to be blowing out. If anything, I would think it might have taken the ball out, but it does shift back and forth. It might have obstructed it enough to allow Kyle Christensen to make the catch, and the runner goes to third on a long fly ball. Kyle had to run a long way for that put out to one-handed. And the first pitch to Jarrett Peterson will be outside. He flew out to right field to Skylar Garber. A nice running catch by Skylar to end the first inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Rapay, who now trails 1-0, has a runner at third, one out here in the third inning. Throws a fastball, hit up the middle, make it 2-0, base hit. Jarrett Peterson just waited on that one, and that one was right down about belt high. Jarrett Peterson just wrapped it into center field, base hit, run batted in. 2-0 Dallas.
Well, he is the number 3 hitter for a reason. He's probably a good hitter, and he showed it there. Took the pitch right back up the middle.
Dallas is 4-0 on the season, but the jury is still out because they played Silverton, a team that's only won one game. They swept Silverton. They beat South, or they did beat Lebanon yesterday in a good win, 6-3. But the pitch is outside ball one to Scott, their cleanup hitter, lined out his first time up. Lined out to left. Hard shot, but right at Riley Wessel. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch swung on and missed, a strike. However, I was finally able to find a 5A ranking of the OSAA, and they ranked Dallas as second.
Yeah.
So they have great respect because their preseason, they only lost one game. I think they're like 9-1. I have to double check that, but 9-1 on the season. 4-0 in the league. But again, those are not wins that guarantee that they are unbeatable. Pitch misses, ball 2. It's a weird year because Woodburn, which used to be part of the 8-team league, is not a baseball team in the league any longer. There's only 7 teams. So they will play an 18-game league schedule rather than 21. They play each of the opposition 3 times. Runner leads at first. Keep an eye on him. He does not go, and the pitch is low in the dirt. Luke Rapay searches for it momentarily, but finds it. No advance. 3-1.
And I'm sure that did some things to the scheduling because, like, Dallas is, 4-0 in the league, but Lebanon is 4-3. They played an extra series in the same amount of time, so that not having Woodburn is, I think, shuffled a lot of schedules around.
3-1. Jacob Rapay gets a sign and throws and misses, ball 4. Second walk given up by Jacob. Runners at first and second, and Dallas already up 2-0. 1 out in the third could really do some damage here. With Woodburn not being a team in the league, they play 1 game against each of the teams that are in the league.
Right.
They don't count in the league schedule, but I guess everybody's playing them once just to assist them to get some games in during the year. For example, Corvallis this week is playing 1 game against Lebanon, and so far everyone has beaten them that has played them. Corvallis beat them yesterday. It was a somewhat close game, but they did beat them.
Yeah, let me see. I have that.
Is it 9-7 or something like that? Here's a pitch out. Was it outside for ball 1? It was ball 1, and now a conversation between Luke and Jacob Rapay.
Corvallis beat Woodburn yesterday 11-3. Silverton beat South Albany 9-7.
Oh, 9-7. Silverton over South. Okay.
You did have that, and Crescent Valley crushed West 17-1.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
Crescent Valley appears to be the real thing.
Apparently, they're also, 4-0, I think, in the league? Let me see, I have the standings right here. Yeah, they also are 4-0. They are 9-2 overall. They've scored a lot of runs. 110 runs scored for Crescent Valley this year.
11-3 is not bad for Woodburn.
No, that's not at all, actually.
That's somewhat of a close game.
You know,
not to demean them.
No, but, they did have that rule where, if they had, 10-run rule in the 5th inning.
Yeah, mercy rule.
And they almost got mercied every game, it seemed like. But that's good. It's getting a little bit closer now.
Ball and a strike. Pitch is swung on, hit towards the shortstop. Guerrero's underhands the second for 1. Throw back to first, and they did get the double play. A little bit of time taken for Dylan Williams to get the ball out of his glove, but threw a good shot to first to get the double play and end the inning. No more damage done by Dallas. They do get a run on a leadoff double by Cade Fast, who would come around to score on a base hit by Jarrett Peterson. They leave a runner. A couple of hits in the inning. 2.5 done, 2-0 Dallas. It's Dallas and the Warriors today on KGAL.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Look for their new showroom just south of the Kuhn Theater on South Main Street. Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
Wilson Motors in Corvallis is showcasing the arrival of the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the 2014 Jeep Patriot, and the 2013 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. Wilson Motors is where you'll find this area's best selection, best prices, and happy customers. Come see the notable difference during the showcase event going on now at Wilson Motors. Make your best deal today at Wilson Motors Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis, and online at saveatwilson.com.
Locally owned and operated, this is the very independent News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Bottom of the third, Dallas up 2-0, single runs in the second and the third. Warriors coming to bat here, trying to get something done in the bottom of the third. Finish that thought about Woodburn. Used to be a member of the league for baseball. They are now independent, but they play one game against each of the teams in order to have enough games in their schedule for the season. But that means that there's an uneven amount of games if you only play against, if you play Woodburn, it's not a conference, it's not a conference schedule for the week. So you have some teams that have already played 7, and those teams that have played Woodburn have only played 4 games.
Right.
Now, it's kind of like the Pac-12 with the Beavers now being 3 games shy of the Ducks. They played 3 games less than the Ducks because they didn't play a conference schedule one weekend, while the Ducks did.
Right, and that'll even out later in the year. I remember the Ducks are going to Ohio State later in the year, while the Beavers play somebody in the conference. So it'll all even out at the end, but yeah, it does weird things for the standings currently.
0-1 pitch is fouled away by Skylar Garber, who will be in the hole 0-2 to lead off the number 9 hitter, followed by John Gaderos, Jared Marshall to the top of the order for the Warriors. But it creates an unevenness is trying to figure out just how strong teams are. Like Dallas has only played 4 games.
Right.
The Warriors have played 7. Pitch is inside.
And Dallas swept that series with Silverton, who is not, a very strong team this year. And they obviously took yesterday from Lebanon 6-3, but that was a close game. So like you said, it really just don't know yet.
Crescent Valley has only played 4 games.
Yeah, and who did they play?
Swung on a missed, strike 3. I don't know if I would have that.
They're playing West, obviously, this week.
Yeah, they're playing Lebanon next week. So they...
Now batting shortstop number 20.
And I don't think they played South.
And I don't think the Corvallis and they meet later. So I think it may have been Silverton that they beat.
May have been.
Both teams, both Dallas and Crescent Valley, were very strong in the preseason, though, which is why they are given a good deal of respect. Is a strike. But to conclude that long discussion, the jury is still out because they haven't played as many series as some other teams, and they have played some of the weaker teams. But Dallas leads here 2-0, beat the Warriors yesterday 6-3, and they have 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and the pitch is fouled away by John Gaderos. It'll be strike 2 to John, who singled to lead off the first, had a good chance to score on a base hit by Luke Rapay, but it was a bloop base hit. He had to hold up at second. And I think Jeff Stolzig wanted him to round third and keep going. He slowed down, then came home, and then was thrown out at home on a relay, cutting down the Warriors' best chance at a run this afternoon. Pitch is fouled away, and the count will remain 0-2. Jared Marshall on deck. That 17-1 score with Crescent Valley yesterday, that says something.
Yeah.
Although they're only 4-0.
But still, anytime you beat West Albany 17-1, that's a good thing for your baseball team.
That's startling.
Yeah.
0-2. It inadvertently swung. I think he wanted to hold back and fouls it straight back over our booth here at Lebanon High School. Just behind the high school. Really nice field. Nicely taken care of. Nicely tendered. 326 down right field. 340, 320. Is that a 5 or a 6? 325.
Yep.
I think that's a 5 out there in right as well. Pitch outside. 325 down the foul lines, both fields. 346 in the alley in left. 342 in right, and straight center. 350 feet away. a nice scoreboard out there, just a nice looking baseball, high school baseball field. Nicely taken care of. 1-2 outside. Even count to John Guerreros, shortstop for the Warriors. Leadoff hitter. Jared Peterson throws. Swung on a miss, but it bounces in the dirt. I think it may have hit the catcher's foot possibly and bounces to the backstop, and going to first base is John Guerreros. You know, that's one part of baseball, a rule that I've never liked. If you swing and miss on a third strike, I don't see why suddenly you're able to take first. You just struck out. You just completed the strikeout. I understand something needs to be done because the ball goes to the backstop, but I think it should just be a strikeout. If there's anyone on base, they should be able to advance. But if you can't go to first and you swing and miss on the second strike, you just struck out. Why should you be given first base?
True, just because the catcher, couldn't handle the ball. That's, yeah, there goes the runner.
And they'll send the runner. The pitch is swung on and popped down the right field line, foul territory. It will be caught for the putout, and getting back to first base, then not drawing a throw is John Guerreros. And the second out of the inning.
Now batting catcher, number 21.
It just seems unfair to the pitcher too. I mean, even if it was a pitch that was out of the strike zone. That's why it winds up going to the backstop.
Yeah.
Here is Luke Rapay. Luke, who was up in that first inning, hit that loop single to right, in which John Guerreros held up at third and then decided to come home. Seemed later on conversation between Jeff Stolzik, the coach, and Jared that he was throw to first, runner is back. He was giving the signal, the green light signal, and in other words, I think he had given that to John Guerreros as he was heading for third. Wanted him to come home, but he did so. He stopped, then came home and got thrown out. That was on the base hit by Luke Rapay. Pitch misses to Luke this time. A ball. That was a nice catch, incidentally, by Tyler Sommerfeld on that foul ball to right field by Jared Marshall.
There, he had to go a long way to get to it.
Throw to first, runner is back.
Anytime the Warriors get a runner on, Peterson is very concerned about him over there, wanting to keep them close.
And it is their leadoff hitter in Guerreros, who does not go, and the pitch is hit high in the air. Should be the third out of the inning. Ranging towards right field is the center fielder Dankenbring, and he will put it away for the final out. High fly ball, not hit hard enough. Plenty of time held up for Dankenbring to make the putout, and the side is retired. Warriors get one batter, although Guerreros struck out, reached first on the ball that went to the backstop. He'll remain at first. 3 innings done. Still 2-0 Dallas. High school baseball today. Dallas and the Warriors at 1580 KGAL.
Figaro's Pizza in Albany is celebrating spring with a large Mexican Fiesta Supreme. Now just $14.99, $15.99 baked. Smothered with beef, olives, onions, taco chips, and diced tomatoes. Laid over their picante bean sauce. Served with sour cream and jalapenos on the side. The Mexican Fiesta Supreme on sale now at the Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. Call 541-924-9303.
H&R Block tax professionals are ready to take another look at your TurboTax return to see what you may have missed. Let us tell you for free if you left any money on the table. Start by visiting hrblock.com/anotherlook or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to make an appointment. Fees apply for amended returns. Only some software users make errors, and not every error results in a larger refund at participating locations.
Hi, this is Joyce at your local H&R Block office in Albany, Corvallis, and Lebanon. We live and breathe taxes. Let us find you every deduction and credit you deserve.
1580 KGAL.
And then their name, and the number was over there, and the position was over here.
Discussion on scoring of plays, and that swing and a miss by John Guerreros on the third strike. And John reached first. It was a pitch that really was low, and it may have even hit the catcher's foot. It took a high bounce But it was a tough pitch to handle, but the catcher gets an error on the play. And I was just saying, sometimes it's a wild pitch. It's a bad swing at a bad pitch. I was asking the official score, I'd like to check that, whether you could ever rule a wild pitch. You can't. I would think, maybe you can, but most of the time it goes as an error to the catcher, and that's a little unfair because that was a tough ball to handle.
It was.
For the catcher, Brett Moskal. But that's the deal. All right, we're in the top of the 4th inning here, and there's 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter, Tyler Sommerfeld. 2-0 Dallas here in the 4th, and there's a Rob Allen behind us here.
There sure is.
Swung on and fouled at home plate. Tyler Sommerfeld is the number 6 hitter in the order today for Dallas. He'll be followed by Garrett Smith and Josh Kibbe in the top of the 4th inning. 2-0 Dallas. 2 runs, 3 hits, an error. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Warriors. There's ball 3. And that error goes to their catcher for a ball that really was very tough for the catcher to handle. The pitch swung on and grounded slowly towards the second baseman, who will not be able to handle it. And I'm not sure whether anyone would have gotten over there in time. The pitcher, Jacob Rapay, was running towards first on a good effort to get there. The first baseman, Austin Lopez, had ranged to his right to try to make the put out.
Yeah.
It was the second baseman, Williams, who came up with it, and he bobbled the ball in his haste trying to get it quickly to first.
Well, I don't think anybody would have got them in there.
I think it's a base hit.
Yeah, it was a hit. It was hit very slowly, and Lopez, the first baseman, dove to try to catch it a little too soon. There goes the runner.
Pitch is swung on. A one-hopper off the glove of the third baseman, Jared Marshall, who will throw to first, not in time. A tough play. I'll ask you to score that one, because when I looked up, it was already on its way down to third. Did you see that clearly?
I would say that's an error. I think he bobbled it trying to throw it to second to start the double play, and then ended up turning himself around and firing it to third, but that was an error all the way.
All right. It looked like a hard shot that he might have reached up for just as I looked up, but it was in his glove, and he dropped it at third. Jared did. So it'll be an E5 on the play. Tyler Sommerfeld gets the base hit, an infield hit on a tough play, hit so slowly. There ought to be a law against that, too. I mean, he gets a base hit on a ball that's hit, like that. There's no other way you can score it, but it just seems unfair. It should be a half a hit.
Take some percentage points off of his batting average.
Exactly.
Got a hit. Yeah.
You have to let him reach first. There's no argument there, but there ought to be something, maybe a third of it hit, so that he doesn't get credit.
Yeah, that's what we need, more stats in baseball to keep track of.
Because it was just hit slowly enough to cause a nuisance where the first baseman, Lopez, had to range to his right to try for it.
It wasn't a particularly great hit. No, I mean, I get what you're saying.
The pitcher, Rapay, has to get over there. Williams, the second baseman, has to come up with it, and he winds up with a base hit. Well, the error to the hitter, Garrett Smith, puts him at first, and Josh Kibbe is the hitter now. The left-hander with runners at first and second, nobody out. And the pitch is outside. Ball 1.
Looking for the sacrifice. Didn't like that pitch.
Shortstop John Caderos ranged towards third as Jared Marshall was moving in, thinking the bunt was on, and now the batter, Kibbe, shows bunt all the way, and the throw comes to second. Ooh, a wide throw had to be taken. Second baseman Dylan Williams was going to cover, but he had to go back and backhand the ball.
That was a risky play there.
So the bunt would certainly appear to be in order, and Josh Kibbe was at least demonstrating that he was about to bunt. Runners get their lead. The Warriors will rotate the infielders, thinking that a bunt may be on here. Pitch is outside, way outside, ball 2. It's interesting, in the Rapay family, one of them a catcher and one a pitcher. Probably that's the way they grew up. One preferred to pitch, and the other caught him. 2-0. There is a bunt. It's a good one. It is a beauty. The pitcher, Rapay, comes off the mound, picks it up, throws to first, and it will be... Will it pull the first baseman off? Who came up with it? Was it...
Ball came out.
Did it? Couldn't see behind the post. It was finally taken by the second baseman, Dylan Williams, who was backing it up, and that was a good thing he was. I can see him returning with the ball, so it got by the first baseman, Lopez. It'll be a base hit. Correct? Did you score an error? I'm not sure. We'll wait and see which Rich. It was a tough play because it was a perfect bunt. Rapay had to pick it up, but had he thrown perfectly, the pitch is outside a ball to Tyler Totten. So the bases are loaded. That's the result.
Third baseman, number 11, Tyler Totten.
But it was a very tough play for Rapay to make, although the throw was a little off the mark. Pitch is hit towards the outfield, towards center field. Shallow center coming on. The center fielder, Christensen, will make the put out, and he will throw, and the runner goes back to third. Throw over to third. He's back safely.
That was a good throw by Kyle.
Kept the runner honest at third. Fly out to center by Tyler Totten, first out of the inning.
Batting shortstop.
Did we
There's
get
nothing on the board yet.
Did we get a decision on it?
I mean, it was a good throw. Would have got him.
Yeah.
But it was a good bunt. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually it would have got him, Ray. I don't know if it would have. I would have given him a hit.
I would have given him a hit too, because he was moving towards third base, had to turn and throw.
It was such a good bunt.
Pitch misses, ball one to the leadoff hitter, Cade Fast. He's up now with the bases loaded. All right, let's do that. Let's give him a base.
There you go.
Base hit. Second infield single, but it's on a perfect bunt where a third baseman, Marshall, couldn't get it because it died about halfway to third. Rapay had to come all the way off the mound, turn, and throw. Pitch misses, a ball two. But it will load the bases. Tyler Totten flies out, and the situation is still bases loaded, one out, and Cade Fast, who flew out to right field and doubled in the third. The 2-0 pitch to him is way outside, ball three. Cannot afford a walk here with the bases loaded.
No, and he has not been close to getting a strike to this batter. Cade, the leadoff hitter.
3-0, there is a strike. You know, I would also keep in mind on that play, a major league pitcher would make that throw, but that's a tough one.
Yeah.
To make at the high school level. It was close at first. Runners lead, 3-1. Chop slowly towards the shortstop. Caderos picks it up, goes to second for one. Relay to first is safe, not in time, and the run will score. So the run does come home. And I see John Caderos talks to the umpire, maybe asking about obstruction on the throw at second. I would think that's probably the question. If there is obstruction, then they will call the runner out at first. The double play would be intact, and the run would not score.
Well, Jeff shot out of that dugout, so he seemed to think that would be the case. Umpires are talking about it now.
Force play 6-4 so far. We'll see whether they're given the double play.
He's out.
They will call it. It had to be. I'm sure that they were talking about obstruction. I really did not see that. Would have to watch a replay, but it was the shortstop, John Caderos, first talked to the umpire, and at the same time, Jeff Stolczyk was coming out of the dugout. I'm sure they ruled obstruction on the runner going to second, interfering with the throw from Dylan Williams to first, so they will give him the double play, and that will cut down the run. No run on the play, and the Warriors get out of it in the fourth inning. No runs, a couple of cheap hits. 3 left on base. We have finished 3.5. Dallas still with the lead, but still just 2-0 on KGAL.
Farming is fun, especially when you have a tractor like the all-new Kubota Grand L40 from Lynn Benton Tractor. Choose from 8 new models, all with Kubota's powerful, fuel-efficient diesel engines and a choice of 3 productive transmissions, including the all-new innovative HST Plus. See how the Grand L40 can improve your acreage. Check one out at Lynn Benton Tractor's new location on McLean Street in Silverton, and as always along Highway 99E Tangent. Lynn Benton Tractor.
The really big spring event is happening now at Power Honda in Albany. Check out the all-new 2013 Accord and find out why it is the winner of the USA Today Motor Week Midsize Sedan Shootout. During this month of April, you can take advantage of 1.9% financing for 60 months on the all-new Accord.
Financing subject to approved credit.
Visit Power Honda online at mypowerhonda.com or stop by Power Honda in Albany today, just east of I-5 on Santiam Highway, your Honda Superstore.
Financing subject to approved credit.
1580 KGAL.
Bottom of the fourth inning, good fortune. The Warriors are still down just 2. It could have been 3, and there could have still been would have been a couple of runners on. Another shot for Dallas to add some runs, but they called interference or obstruction on a slide into second base that interfered with a throw of Dylan Williams back to first. They gave them credit, the Warriors credit for the double play. Ends the inning, and the Warriors still down 2-0 as they come to bat here at the bottom of the fourth. Austin Lopez is their cleanup hitter today. He will lead off. Kyle Christensen and Jacob Rapay to follow for the Warriors. Lost yesterday 6-3. Yesterday they gave up 5 runs in the first inning and could never quite come back from that deficit. Down 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth today. Austin Lopez, who grounded back to the pitcher. Nice play by Jarrett Peterson, who reached down and grabbed that ball to his left just before it. I don't know whether it gotten through the infield, but it might have been one of those slow enough that we were just talking about that would have been tough for a put out. Austin swings and fouls it away towards the track. Strike one. Those dark clouds are still there, but somehow they don't look threatening at this point. Maybe I shouldn't say that with the famous PK Pitts Kibosh. 0-1, swung on a miss. Good fastball, 0-2 to Austin. There is a lot of blue sky that has kept the sun intact here. It's never been blocked by the clouds this afternoon.
No.
Very pleasant contrary. Pitch is popped up. Should be an easy play for the first baseman, Scott Shepard. Calls anyone else off, and the put out is made. 1 gone. So a pop to first for Austin Lopez, 1 out, bottom of the fourth.
Batting center fielder number 48.
I am very pleased that we're able to get this game in today, but at the same time I'm a little irritated because on the morning update, a marvelous program from 5:30 to 9 on the same radio station, we do the weather forecast. Here's the first pitch to Luke Rapay.
Kyle Christensen.
Kyle Christensen, I'm sorry, I had looking at the wrong number. Kyle Christensen.
Yes.
Kyle Christensen, the center fielder, swung and missed, 0-1. But we do the forecast numerous times in the morning. Pitch outside, hesitated. Oh, strike.
I have heard that. You do a few times during the day.
2,463,122 weather forecasts every 16 or 17 seconds.
Wow.
And it said a 100% chance of rain today, anywhere from a 10th to a quarter. Swung on and missed on a high fastball. So 2 gone. And Jarrett Peterson looks tough today, and that 2-run lead may hold up.
Now batting pitcher.
Right now, I mean, they only got, what, 2 hits in the ballgame? And those were both in the first inning. And he's got 4 strikeouts. All have been swinging, so he's not fooling anybody. He's just challenging them, and the Warriors just aren't winning those battles right now.
Pitch is swung on, and a drive.
Double.
That is going to go to the wall in right center. Heading for second. Here comes the throw, and it will pull the shortstop or the second baseman off the bag. And with a double on the first pitch, Jacob Rapay. Hit to right center. Can't say I lost the ball in the sun, but I couldn't find it out there exactly where it was, except you could see both the right fielder and center fielder chasing it. Went to the just short of the wall out there. It's a double for Jacob Rapay with 2 outs.
Good hit.
Come on, Bill.
So again, with 2 outs, a runner at second. The Warriors have had that a couple of times here, but they're trying to get a runner home here.
A little 2-out rally here.
Pitch misses. Ball 1 to Dylan Williams. Jarrett Peterson, right-handed pitcher. His catcher is Brett Moskell. Jarrett takes his time this time. He's got the sign, doesn't shake him off, but takes the time to get the sign, has it. Will throw to second. And the runner back safely. Shortstop Cade Fast covering. Maybe that's why he was staring in.
Maybe.
Calling for the throw to second. Well, he's staring again. Has the side, checks the runner at second, and will throw, and this one is hit foul down the right field line.
Almost.
Dylan Williams is 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to the first baseman, who is Scott Sheppig. Looking to drive home the Warriors' first run of the day. They were down by 2 in the 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's a right-handed hitter. Jarrett again looks out at second. Jacob Rapay gets his lead, and he comes home and throws outside. Two balls, 1 strike. Riley Wessel would be next. Mentioned earlier, one of 3 veterans from last year. Riley Wessel and the Rapay brothers are the 3 back from last season. Pitches, so a strike. Nice breaking ball. And there could have been 3 other returners from last year, but opted to go into other spring sports.
Well, that happens sometimes, and you know that could be why the Warriors are struggling a little bit. They're 4-8 on the year. Don't have that a lot of senior leadership, a lot of players coming back like they're used to.
Peterson throws the fastball, swung on and missed on an outside pitch. He gets a couple of strikeouts here. Jarrett Peterson does in the 4th, and strands a runner at second, and Jacob Rapay, who doubled with 2 outs, so no runs, 1 hit, a runner left at second. 4 innings done. It is still Dallas with the lead. Dallas 2, Warriors nothing. Baseball continues at 1580 a.m. KGAL.
Time to get growing. An Economy Supply Building Center can help. Get the nutrients your soil needs with EarthGrow Steer Manure Blend. Each cubic foot bag is now $1.39, and it's an Economy Supply special buy. Have moss? Then now's the time for Scott Super Turf Builder with Moss Control. You'll save $4 on each bag that covers 5,000 square feet. It is time to get growing, and you'll find all the great Scott's products to help you at Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street, Lebanon.
You will always get your money's worth, and the food is fresh, original, and tasty at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Open areas or cozy booths, you'll find Ixtapa's service superb and menu variety most excellent. Visit them for lunch or dinner, where the parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet. Are you part of an office group? Groups of 10 to 25 are always invited, and $3 drink specials are always offered. Enjoy Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant today at 25 North Main in Lebanon.
1580 KGAL.
Well, a little problem here. We could not find the official Scotch tape. It is time for the top of the 5th inning.
It's time, Ray. It's time.
It is time to tape the 2 parts of the scorecard together, because they are copies of a scorecard that I saw and liked a long time ago.
I like it that we each have a roll of tape here. This is...
Yeah, I have 3 now. Last year it took me until, as we pointed out in our first game last Wednesday, it took me till July to remember to carry the tape.
Yeah, we were well into American Legion. It's all right.
I know that.
We struggled through it, but we did it together.
And I just taped the unnecessary one for the bottom of the inning together. So
of course.
1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff hitter here, and we hold this thing together. Let's find out who this is. It is Jarrett
Keaton
Weaver. Got it. Keaton Weaver, who takes a strike, and the count to Keaton will be 2 balls and a strike. It was Cade Fast who hit into the double play. Appeared at first that Keaton Weaver would come to bat in the last inning, but Warriors got credit for a double play on the slide into second on an obstructing Dylan Williams' throw to first. Instead of a run score, the Warriors got the double play and out of the inning. Pitches high, ball 3. So Keaton Weaver did not come to bat, but does so here to start the inning. That's 3 balls and a strike for the count to Keaton. He's the second hitter in the order for Dallas, followed by Jarrett Peterson and Scott Sheppig in the top of the 5th. Ooh, a breaking ball. Looked like it was going to be 6 miles high, and did that thing drop and break for a strike?
And Ray, I'd just like to point out that the sun is no longer shining.
First time It just disappeared. First time we've had darkness.
It was the PK. I'm telling you.
Nonsense.
You brought it up.
One hopper. Tough play for the shortstop, Gaderos, who cannot come up with the throws to first, and it will be not in time. Close play at first. The ball was hit hard, but took a short hop to Jacob, or rather, John Gaderos. It looked like it might be a one-hopper to him, but it took a second hop, a short hop, that made it tough to field. He bobbled it, will be charged with an error, and the runner is safe to lead off the inning.
Batting pitcher, number 13, Jarrett Peterson.
And let's see if they will be content or intent upon bunting here. The runner to second. Peterson is the third hitter in the order.
Yeah, and that's why I would think he won't be bunting. But you never know.
He has a single in the run batted in for them on the day. The other run was unearned. He hits this one hard towards center field, but Kyle Christensen seems to have it, and he does for the putout. Swinging at that first pitch. He's done that 2 of the 3 times he's been up today. Actually, he don't remember if he swung at the first pitch. He took a couple in the first inning. It was like a 5-pitch inning for Jacob Rapé as they were swinging freely in that opening frame. Here's Scott Shepig. As that runner still stands at first, let's see if they would try to have him steal here. He does not go. The pitch is a first pitch swing, and he fouls it away. Sun is back.
It is. It is back.
Scott Shepig, who is their first baseman today, lined out to left field, and he hit it hard, but Riley Wessel didn't move, just reached up for the ball, and he walked in the 3rd inning. A couple of walks given up by Jacob Rapé in the ball game. No strikeouts at this point. And we have him for 5 hits in the game.
Yeah, a bit of a disparity with the errors with hits there.
Pitch misses. Ball 1 strike to Scott. Brett Moskal, the catcher, would be on deck. Those clouds, they are truly threatening. I mean, they really are dark.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But the sun behind us here is starting to set and lower in the west. There's no clouds there, so we've been graced with sunshine all day long, except for that one brief period. Here's a base hit to left. And could be Trubbs. And Scott Shepig singles with 1 out in the 5th. And the pitcher, Jarrett Peterson, really looking tough today. Even a couple of runs could be tough. You don't want to see them Warriors fall any further behind.
Now batting catcher, number 4, Brett Moskal.
So Keaton Weaver takes second after reaching on that error to open the inning with 1 out. Scott Shepig singles first and second. Brett Moskal, the catcher, singled, scored in the second. He scored the unearned run, the first of 2 for Dallas, first of 2 runs. The other was a run batted in for Jarrett Peterson. And he also hit into a double play. Outside ball 1. Jeff Stosick will come out and talk with Jacob. Obviously, he probably feels that same way. They had trouble coming up with runs yesterday.
And they're making a switch.
And he will call to third base. Looks like Jared Marshall. Jared came on in relief last week. We saw him pitch extremely well in relief. Am I right? That
yes, he was one of them. He was the one that was...
saw you checking, and
no, I was just checking the number here.
Maybe that was a little suspect.
He did, and he was popping strikes. Well, that one was not. And if I remember correct, he was he threw it a little bit with more zip than Jacob, because you mentioned that there was a good contrast between the two.
Yeah, he threw mostly hard.
Yes.
That pitch, reminiscent of a long-time story, old story. Casey Stengel, you know that name, manager of the Yankees in their really glory years when there were only 2 leagues and 8 teams in each league, and the Yankees would clean up every year, be in the World Series year after year.
I've heard the name, yes.
He had a pitcher named Ryan Duran, and Ryan Duran was his relief pitcher. Relief pitcher, a little different in those days. They weren't the specialists they are today, but Ryan Duran was a relief pitcher.
Right.
And he would really throw hard for those days, like 25 miles an hour, whatever was fast in the 50s.
Zip.
When he wore these thick glasses. And when he would come in, Yogi Berra was the catcher, and intentionally, when he would warm up, he would throw the ball all over the place. He would throw the ball to the backstop, left and right, in the dirt.
Right.
But he was, I don't know what the speed was in those days. I don't think anyone hit 100 in those days, but, probably 90, whatever.
Yeah.
And it would make the batter a little nervous, and that first pitch would be well out of the strike zone. And he was a strikeout. He'd get him, because a lot of times they would be frozen. He'd be like John Kruk against Randy Johnson. You remember the All-Star game?
Where he just flails at it?
Yeah, John kind of backs away.
Yeah.
It was sort of the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, not as bad because they were trying to hit.
Right.
But it was done intentionally, and Jacob's first pitch here was so far out of the strike zone, it was reminiscent. I mean, what would have been the strike zone, his warm-up. It was reminiscent of Ryan Duran. Here is the pitch, and it is low for a ball. The hitter is Brett Mosko. Runners at first and second. 1 out. 5th inning. Top of the 5th. 2-0 Dallas. And Jared Marshall throws, and it's popped up. May be playable in foul territory, but who's going to come up with it, if anybody? The right fielder, Skylar Garber, grabs it in fair territory right near the foul line and just behind the infield dirt. Probably just a few feet back of the infield dirt, but it would have been a tough put out for Austin Lopez, who would have had to turn and make the play. Skylar Garber, again, good speed out there to get to it. Made a nice play to end the first inning on a ball down the line, and this one was fair as well. So 2 outs. Not too far beyond the outfield dirt, and a long run for Skylar, but he made the play, else would have dropped in for a base hit. First pitch will be taken for a ball by Tyler Sommerfeld, who grounded out and singled. Home plate umpire said hello to me before the game. I've forgotten his name. I've met him many times. But his young daughter was here, probably a 1st or 2nd grader, and they were over throwing on the pitch just outside. There's an area behind the Warrior dugout that is a pitching area over there.
Right.
Some gravel. And they were practicing over there, and she looked good.
Yeah?
She was firing the ball back to him. She's about a 2nd grader. The pitch is fouled away.
Perhaps she has a future in softball.
There might be some teams in the league like Woodburn that would take a look at her.
Maybe. The Mariners could have used her last night.
You hate to see the rookies be blasted as they were last night.
Boy, that was the 2nd time he got blasted. Oakland blasted him in the first game.
Yeah. Here's a throw down to second. They've got the runner off the bag. They will get him in the rundown. Here comes the throw to third. Well, not. They got him at third. Right. I thought they missed him.
Me too, Ray.
They threw down to second, and the runner, Keaton Weaver, decided to head towards third. He was already on his way. He was caught off the bag. The throw from Luke Rapay down to John Guederos, and Guederos threw to third, and it looked like because he was about 2/3 of the way there before the throw was made that he slid under the tag. There is no complaint from the Dallas side and Scott McDonald, but it looked from here as though he were safe. They give the Warriors credit for the put-out. Inning done. We won't argue. Correct call.
Yes.
No runs. There is a hit. There are 2 runners left on, and again the Warriors escape a dangerous situation and keep the score at 2-0. But can they score? Bottom of the 5th coming up on KGAL.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market has bargain prices now on a 3-pound bag of cuties, only $2.99. Save up to $2. Hamburger Helper, only 99 cents. 3 pounds of Harris Ranch 7327 ground beef chub, only $6.99. You save up to $7. Price good through the night. And 22-ounce Bubba Steak Bacon Wrapped Sirloin Fillets. In freezer, just $6.99. You save up to $3. Hurry, specials good while supplies last. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
Serving Albany and the Willamette Valley for 37 years. Hi, this is Dean Stavros for Stavros Auto Services. The Auto Doctors is the mechanic side of our business and will give you a written lifetime warranty on all work they perform. Jason and I are proud of Jeff, our service manager, and his trained mechanical technicians. Brakes, tune-ups, or any other maintenance your auto may need, Jeff and his team are ready to help. Stavros Auto Services. Same people, same commitment to excellence. You've got our name on it. Find us at packautobody.com.
1580 KGAL.
Of the 5th, Dallas up 2-0 for the Warriors, 8-9-1 from their lineup. That's Riley Wessel, Skylar Garber, and John Guederos. I should have reminded you with the change in pitchers from Jacob Rapay to Jared Marshall. that Samaritan Orthopedics reminds you any kind of foot injury that can slow you down, they can take care of it at Samaritan Orthopedics. Do any running, particularly running is so popular out this way. I don't find that. I'll be back east again next week. I don't find that as much back there because it snows all winter. You can't get out and run. They don't do as much in the spring either. Pitch is low. But out here you see, I truly feel a lot of foot injuries out here that you don't see back there because they can't run for a few months. Samaritan Orthopedics will take care of you here in Lebanon. All right, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The count is 2-0 to the leadoff hitter Riley Wessel, who struck out his lone time up. Jarrett Peterson, the starting pitcher, still in for Dallas. He has struck out 4, has walked but 1 batter. He would have 5 strikeouts, but 1 got away from the catcher on what was really a bad pitch. I go with the wild pitch thing again.
Yeah, here we go.
See why the catcher winds up with an error on the play, but allow the runner to reach. The strikeout is wiped out. So he has full credit for 4, actually has struck out 5 Warriors on the day. Riley Wessel with a 2-0 pitch in his favor, takes inside ball 3. Maybe the Warriors can get something started here if Riley can reach Skylar Garber to follow.
I'd be very shocked if he didn't just take this pitch. The Warriors need base runners, and they need them bad here.
Ball 4, they get your wish.
4-pitch walk to lead off. That's never something you want to do as a pitcher. Especially when the team has been struggling to get the hits tonight. Only 2 for the Warriors. Like I said, those were both in the 1st inning.
Skylar Garber will stand in, and he, the number 9 hitter, looks down at Coach Jeff Stolczyk at third. He is in the shadows at third because the sun is sinking in the west. That's behind the third base dugout, and that third base dugout casts a shadow. Pitch and the throw to first. Runner is back.
Every time.
He has to have the coat on because he's in the shade.
Yeah. A little chilly in the shade, I'm sure. That wind is still blowing, not as briskly as it was earlier, but bunt.
Garber bunts. Nice bunt. Will deaden right down the first baseline. Picked up by the catcher and throws to first in time. And the sacrifice will work to get the runner to second. That ball died on the grass. Maybe the grass might still be a little damp. We saw that bunt earlier in the game that died halfway to third. That one just died a few feet where it hits the grass just out of the wide circle at home plate. So the catcher, Brett Moskal, able to pick it up and throw to first for the out, but the sacrifice does put Riley Wessel at second. Warriors still trying to get their first run home. 1 out, John Guederos, the leadoff hitter, who singled one of the 2 lone hits for the Warriors, and that was back to lead off the game. Pitches outside, way outside. That should be noted as a little bit of control problems now for Jarrett Peterson. He is in the 5th inning.
He's only thrown about 50, let's see here, 54 pitches, so not too many in the ball game, really. He's at a good pitch count.
Timeout was called by John Guederos. Steps out as the pitcher, Jarrett Peterson, took too long. He is taking time in between pitches here.
He is.
Ready to go as he looks towards second. Checks the runner there. And will throw, swung on, and a base hit. That should score a run. Let's see if they will send him. Jeff Stolczyk clearly gives the sign this time. The green light to come home, and coming home with the first run of the day for the Warriors is Riley Wessel. So John Guederos, who had a single in the first and was guilty of a running mistake. Did you see, as Jeff gave the green light there, the windmill signal?
Yes.
Maybe it's the same every time, but he was really
he was really giving it that time.
Because I think John Guederos, when he was on second the first time, missed that signal, stopped at third, tried to come home, and was thrown out in the first inning. The last Warrior chance to score. But it's John who gets the single here to drive in the run.
Yeah, you wanted to make sure Riley saw that signal and was going full force to home.
So Guederos leads off the pitch, swung on, hit up the middle. It'll be into center field for a base hit. That one just got by on a crazy hop over the pitcher. Jarrett Peterson was trying to grab it. He couldn't. It was slowed down. I don't know whether he even got anything on it at all.
I don't think so. I think it hit the lip right there and just went right over his head. That's a good thing for the Warriors because that was going to be at least 1 out there because he was going to come up with it.
But when it hit the mound, that slowed it down, and the shortstop, Cade Fast, had a chance maybe to dive on it and stop it, but he couldn't get to it. It's a base hit for Jared Marshall. Runners at first and second. Warriors down 2-1.
And this is who you want at the plate when you're down and runner in scoring position here.
And a dangerous hitter in Luke Rapay, who fouls it away. The ball was hit straight back towards the pitcher. Peterson was going to reach down for it, and all of a sudden it hit that area on the mound where it slopes up. Took a high hop. It's fortunate that it didn't hit him, and just got past the shortstop for the base hit to put runners at first and second. Luke Rapay, though, down 0-1, looks at a fastball, and that's a strike.
Outside corner, good pitch from Peterson there.
Runners lead at first and second. 1 run home. Warriors down 2-1. 1 out. 0-2 though to Luke Rapay. We haven't seen him really hit for power yet, but he certainly can do that. Pitch is swung on and chopped. Foul. The PK. Barely got a piece of it.
That was all. I hope I hit this ball to stay alive. 2 strikes on him.
So we're even in the game here, at least on the scoreboard, at 5 hits apiece. I think we scored an extra hit on that tough play, that bunt down the third baseline by Dallas. Pitch is swung on, and a high fly ball to left field. Garrett Smith will have it for the putout, and the runner will return to second, John Guerreros. So 2 outs, as Luke did not get all of that one, a rather soft fly ball to left field. Deep. Had he hit that one on the nose, would have sent it.
First baseman number 31, Austin.
But instead, an innocent fly ball to left is the second out of the inning, and the runners still stand at first and second. John Guerreros hoping that he can come home.
Well, the good news is there is 2 outs, so any ball hit, he will be running. Doesn't have to wait. So it should be easy for him to score. They can put it in play somewhere. Austin Lopez.
Austin still in search of his first hit. He has grounded out to the first baseman and popped out to the first baseman, Scott Shepik. Peterson comes home and inside. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Looked like he intended to swing and then stepped away from an inside pitch, and as a result, he came through the strike zone. Strike is called.
One of the first times the Warrior hitters have actually been fooled by a pitch there.
0-1. Peterson again intently stares for a sign. Checks the potential tie run at second and throws the curve. Ooh, maybe low. That one broke nicely. Looked like it broke across the plate, but must have been low.
I agree. I thought that we were going to call that one a strike.
Hard to tell exactly where the ball would be at the knees or whatever from our vantage point with the umpire in front of us and the catcher, but it broke nicely. Ball and a strike. Peterson ready again. Throws, and it's swung on and fouled at home plate. Strike 2. Peterson has thrown 4 strikeouts in the day. To repeat, he would have 5, except one batter, and I've forgotten who it was, swinging on that errant pitch. It was John Guerreros on a pitch that was really in the dirt. Swung and missed, but it got by the catcher. So instead of a 3rd strike, he wound up on 1st. Peterson actually has struck out 5 batters, gets credit for 4, and looking for another here with a 1-2 pitch to Austin Lopez. The runner at second, John Guerreros, represents the tying run in the bottom of the 5th. Dallas up 2-1. Boy, he takes his time this time.
I'm surprised nobody's called timeout here.
And finally, he steps off, and the hitter will step out. He doesn't shake his catcher off. I guess the catcher just knows that if he doesn't get ready to pitch, he doesn't like the sign.
Yeah, just keep going through the signs.
I mean, usually you will see the pitcher shake his head.
Right. So, some of them don't, though. I mean, if you watch Major League games, there's some that just get ready, and then when they see a sign they like, they'll get ready and start pitching. But that's what he does. He does not shake his head at all. He just stares into his catcher. Just stares like daggers.
That's right. Finally, Brett Moskell says, I think he wants a different sign. 1 ball, 2 strikes, first and second. Warriors at first and second, but 2 outs. Peterson finally ready again, and will throw. Oh, there is that curveball. Strike. A fast curve. Had some steam on that thing, but it broke beautifully over home plate, and I mean right down the middle. No question, a strike to Austin Lopez. So he is now, Peterson, credited with 5. Repeat, he's actually struck out 6 on the day, and a key one with runners at first and second. Warriors do get a run in the inning. They get a couple of hits, but they leave two big runners. We're finished with 5. 2-1, Dallas still with the lead as we continue on KGAL.
If your washer, dryer, stove, or fridge are stone cold dead, then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 541-259 at 1131, of course. You see, Like New Appliance is a Mid-Valley's premier recycler, creating like new appliances from your abandoned, lifeless metal rejects. Do your recycling part. Ask for a free discarded appliance pickup today by calling 259 at 1131. That's 541-259 at 1131 for Like New Appliance.
When it comes to the most experience, best warranty, best fuel economy, and best service, Mark Thomas Motors is the best. The last standing, locally fourth-generation family-owned new car dealer in Albany, with 3 locations featuring GMC Buick, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and Hyundai's North American Car of the Year, Elantra, and the new Veloster and Sonata. Support your community by buying your new or certified pre-owned car or truck now at Mark Thomas Motors, Sandy M Highway in Albany. Shop online at markthomasmotors.com.
Mark Thomas Motors, why pay more?
1580 KGAL.
We're into the top of the 6th inning now with Dallas leading 2-1. I'm Brady Ray along with Scott Landgren. Baseball here, high school ball at 1580 KGAL. Locally owned and operated. Proud to be local and to bring you local baseball again this year. 2-1 Dallas. And leading off and taking ball 1 is Tyler Sommerfeld.
Leading off the 6th inning for the Dragons is right fielder number 12, Tyler Sommerfeld.
Ball 1, yes. Pitch misses, ball 2. Reminder from Lynn Benton Community College, get started, get finished. Tomorrow they have a career day over at Lynn Benton. KGAL K-Show will be there and we'll broadcast from there. But a career day and local businesses will show up, tell you the jobs that are available if you're looking for a job or just thinking of your future. Career day tomorrow at LBCC. There's a strike call, 2-1. Tyler has grounded out, he has singled at the Albany campus, but of course if you're thinking of attending, you have Lynn Benton right here in Lebanon, swung on and missed. Also in Sweet Home in Corvallis and that main campus in Albany. With career day tomorrow, stop over and say hello to career KGAL K-Show people who are afraid you'll take their job, including me. 2-2, grounded to the third baseman, Jarrett Marshall, who will throw out Tyler Sommerfeld to start the 6th inning, 1 gone. Well, we haven't had a lot of infield putouts today. I mean,
no.
It's been a rarity, really, if you look at this scorecard. 3 fly balls in the first, 1 ground out in the second. You had a couple of double plays. But really, the ground balls, infield ground balls, have been a rarity. A lot of pop flies, flyouts.
A lot of pop flies, it seems like.
Garrett Smith, left fielder, fouls it straight back on the screen. Strike 1. He reached on an error in the second. And an error in the fourth, as a matter of fact, has reached on an error twice. We have Dallas 2 runs, 6 hits and an error. The Warriors 1 run, 5 hits. And haven't total. I see 4 errors out there. Is that what we have here? Or we gave 1 3 error. We have 3 because we had scored a base hit on that bump down the third baseline. Pitch is swung on and fouled towards the dugout over there, the Warrior dugout. Croco Field, named for Bill Croco, longtime supporter of the Warriors. You see that on the big sign on the what is that? I guess you would call that the locker room down there. Is that
the far one is the batting cage area.
Is the Bob the locker room? No, the Croco Field is the locker, right? Pitch inside, and the Bob is the batting cage and the workout area for when it never rains here. That's Bob Christensen, who is back with the club. He moved to Arizona for a time, but is back assisting with the club now. His name is down there. That's nice.
Yeah.
In the dugout, see your name on the wall. Pitch inside, 3-2 to Garrett Smith. Always kid Andy McCloskey, who went to Lebanon High School and set a couple of records in basketball for free throws made and I think points in a season, is now coaching with the University of Portland There's been a couple of other spots, including Boise State for a time. And I always kid Andy, his name is on the wall over there in the school because of his records and also in the restroom. 3-2.
Oh.
Missed.
Ball 4.
Ball 4. Close pitch, but Garrett Smith gets the walk with 1 out. So Jared Marshall, who came on in the 5th inning in relief of Jacob Rapay.
Now batting second,
Jared walks his first batter.
Josh Kibbe.
Josh Kibbe is the second baseman. He's the number 8 hitter in the order for Dallas. He's a left-handed hitter. He has walked and was out trying to bunt. The pitch is fouled back. After Josh, Tyler Totten. They're the 8 and 9 batters in the order for Dallas. Dallas undefeated in league play at 4-0, but 3 wins over Silverton. Maybe a weak link in the league, although Silverton defeated South in a close game yesterday for their first win. South has yet to win. Strike. But they defeated the Warriors yesterday 6-3, and the key to their number 2 ranking by the OSAA is the fact that they did very well in the preseason. So while they haven't played any of might be the tougher teams, with the exception of Lebanon, pitches hit up the middle and off the legs of Gaderos. It'll bounce towards center field. On his way to third, finally picking it up, Kyle Christensen, and they will stop the runner at third. A hard hit ball got by the pitcher. Jared Marshall had no chance to grab it. Gaderos had to go towards the bag at second, and that ball came up on him and hit the legs. Error. Base hit.
I mean, that was a tough play.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I'm not really sure what it hit. I don't know if it hit the base or if it hit him and came up. It hit something. And we got a pinch hitter.
It was really hit hard. The pinch hitter is Seth Fast. Whoa.
Seth Fast.
Brother, cousin, or no relation to Cade Fast. So Seth Fast will come to bat for Tyler Totten, who was 0 for 2 on the day. Popped a short and a fly to center. We presume to be the brother of the next batter, who is the leadoff hitter, Cade Fast. So Seth Fast will step in with runners at first and third. That ball was hard hit, and Gaderos had to chase it towards second base, but I thought he was going to field it cleanly. And then the ball hit him in the lower leg, bounced out to center, right center, enabling the runner to head all the way to third. Strike 1 to Seth Fast, a right-handed hitter, as the pitcher. Jared Marshall will look to third, look to first, nobody moving. And I was astounded by your knowledge. I had not seen that you can't do that in the majors any longer.
You cannot.
You said last week.
You cannot fake to third and throw it to first. It is considered a balk now.
Oh, and it hits Seth Fast, who could not get out of the way fast enough. It hits him in the back, and Jared Marshall has loaded the bases. The Warriors cut the lead, a 2-0 lead, in half in the 5th inning, but now in the 6th there is some trouble here. With 1 out, the bases are loaded.
Now batting shortstop, number 2, Cade Fast.
That's not good. That's the 9-hole hitter. And actually it was a pinch hitter, but now the bases are loaded and they get to turn their lineup over.
I would still score a base hit to Josh Kibbe, but I would also score the error that allows the runner to get to third. You have to account for that. Ground ball to him at third, the throw to first, and the throw home. They do get the out at home. Since Jared is pitching, who took over at third? Who's playing third base right now?
Luke. Jake. Yeah, Jake. Sorry, they switched.
He went to third. So Jacob Rapay, a nice play there, a hard hit ball. He stayed with it, and he threw home to his brother Luke for the force out at home with the bases loaded. That ball could have done damage, but fortunately was hit at Jacob, and fortunately he stayed with it. Throws home for the put out. The force play at home.
Number 3, Keaton Weaver.
And then there's 2 outs now. Right?
2 outs.
Yeah. So
and the base is still loaded.
Potentially 1 pitch away from getting out of this again with no damage done. That would be huge.
Here's the pitch from Marshall. Swung on ground ball. Shortstop Gaderos deep at short. Long throw to first, and he's got him at first.
That's
Great
a good
throw
play
by John.
Good play, Ray.
Deep at shortstop. very deep at shortstop. A long throw and a fast runner in Keaton Weaver, and right on the mark, John Guerreros makes the throw. Austin Lopez with a nice stretch at first, and the Warriors get out of it, and they keep this game manageable yet. 2-1 Dallas, but it looked like a lot of damage might be done in that sixth. No runs. They have a hit. They leave the bases loaded. We will go to the bottom of the sixth. 2-1 Dallas as we continue on KGAL.
The mission of this quality Mid-Valley builder is treat every job like it's our only job, no matter how big or small. And we don't stop until our customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Now Builders has stuck to this business plan since their beginning in 1992. They welcome commercial and residential jobs, big or small, it doesn't matter at Now Builders. See their list of referrals online at nowbuilders.com or call 541-926-2858.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Look for their new showroom just south of the Kuhn Theater on South Main Street. Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
1580 KGAL.
Welcome back to baseball this afternoon. I'm Radio Ray along with Scott Landgren here at Lebanon High School. Lebanon trying to tie this game if they can. They're down 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth. A reminder from Independent Auto Works. Do you have a Volkswagen? Whatever it is, whatever year, whatever model, Independent Auto Works can do the work on it, whether it's service or parts. Independent Auto Works on 13th near campus. Everything Volkswagen. 2-1 Dallas. Jared Peterson still in there, the starting pitcher, and he throws a swing and a miss. Strike one to Kyle Christensen to lead off in the sixth. Kyle, who has walked and struck out, followed by Jacob Rapay, Dylan Williams in the bottom of the sixth inning. Getting a little chilly now as the sun starts to disappear. Pitch. Strike call. Peterson. Takes his time again to get that sign. Steps off. I guess either the stare or just stepping away says, I don't like the sign.
Yeah.
Has the glove high to the face. His eyes just staring over the top of the sign. Gets it. High fly ball. Right field just ranging to his right, or left at right field to his right, ranging Tyler Sommerfeld will put it away. Kyle Christensen retired. He will be 0 for 2 on the day with one walk and one out.
Jacob Rapay.
Well, Jacob Rapay, he doubled his last time up. See if he can do it again. Put one into the gap here.
He struck out his first time up, doubled to right center. Did not come around to score. The pitch is swung on a miss. An off-speed pitch from Jared Peterson, strike one. Jacob, who started as the pitcher, gave up one earned run, charged with 2. It is 2-1, but still in line to take the loss here if the Warriors cannot rally as they're down 2-1. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Again, seemed to be an off-speed pitch from Peterson.
And it was a low and in to the lefty hitter.
Has the sign quickly this time and throws 0-2 and throws outside with the fastball. 1-2. With that sun suddenly disappearing, is the first time today there must be some clouds in the west. The west has been free of the clouds. We've had sun all day long, but you feel that chill from that breeze. And in fact, a few blankets are out among the sparse number of fans here today. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jacob Rapay, left-handed hitter. Jarrett has a sign he likes immediately. Will throw. Hit in the air towards left and almost a stationary. Garrett Smith will wait right there and will put it away. Line drive, but right at the left fielder. 2 gone, and the Warriors are down to 4 outs here, or they will lose their second game of this series to Dallas.
Was a good play for an outfielder to make, I would assume. Not having to move very much, hit it right to him.
Here's Dylan Williams, who was grounded out and struck out. A right-handed hitter. Boy, that breeze is chilly.
It is.
Through here, pitch is fouled away. Sharp foul towards the track.
Did you bring layers today?
I did.
Okay.
I did, but you only have a T-shirt. Huh?
I do. It's, you know, it's breezy, but it's all right. Not too bad yet.
Pitch fouled away. Whoa! There is somebody over on the. Are they on the other? Are they on the other side of the fence? They were running out there, and it looked like that ball was going to go over the fence. Oh, yes. It hit the fence. Speaking of hit, the wind just came up and hit me in the face. Are we still on? Because suddenly the buzz went away for the first time in 2 weeks. There's no buzz. If we are having a problem, well, they can't hear us anyway. But you could
text me.
You could text Scott or call him here. Pitch is fouled away.
That is true. The buzz is gone.
It's amazing.
It's nice. Hopefully we still are on, because this is nice.
We monitor the broadcast through a radio, and because it's very close, we have the scoreboard equipment up here and our own equipment. Because it's so close to the equipment, we have this constant buzz that rings in your ears. It is so pleasant right now.
It is.
I knew something was different. I guess we're on the air. I can certainly hear myself, but the buzz, what would have caused that?
She said we are still on the air.
The wind came through.
That gust of wind, it smacked your papers in your face, and all of a sudden, boom, we got great signal.
What could that have done to the radio? I've tried everything to move that radio around, and it just, well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, don't knock it.
Absolutely.
That's what he's saying.
But it's uncomfortable. The buzz is gone.
It's very quiet.
It's so quiet. Nothing in the 1-2 is the count, and the pitch will be high to Dylan Williams. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Dallas. Dallas winning 6-3 yesterday. The Warriors would need a win on Friday just to get a win out of this series. If they drop this, Dallas would go to 5-0 in the league, having played one less series than most, because they played one game against Woodburn. Now a non-conference opponent. Pitch is fouled off. That one was hit sharply by Dylan, but on that fence over there. If it hadn't hit that fence a little sharper, it would have been in that dugout down first base. Just caught. There's a fence that ends right by the dugout down there.
I almost feel like I need to whisper now, because there's no noise in the headphones.
So strange. It still hits me. What's wrong? What's wrong? 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the 2-2 pitch is swung on and hit towards center field. Will it drop? Will it drop? Will it drop?
Oh, wow.
It is caught on a diving catch by the center fielder, Dankenbring, who brings the glove up to show that the ball is there in the web, and the umpire, close enough behind or close to second base, says yes, he did not trap it. A diving catch by the center fielder, Dankenbring, will end the inning 1-2-3. And that will be an outstanding game for Jared Peterson, but the first time that he has retired the Warriors in order.
Yeah.
He does it in the 6th. We'll go to the 7th, still 2-1 Dallas on KGAL.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all-natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese, fresh slice of tomato on a toasted hoagie roll, complemented with a seasoned tradition chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville is celebrating over 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable.
Wilson Motors in Corvallis is showcasing the arrival of the new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, the 2014 Jeep Patriot, and the 2013 Motor Trend Truck of the Year, the Ram 1500. Wilson Motors is where you'll find this area's best selection, best prices, and happy customers. Come see the notable difference during the showcase event going on now at Wilson Motors. Make your best deal today at Wilson Motors Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis, and online at saveatwilson.com.
1580 KGAL.
Seventh inning, and a key thing for Jared Marshall to shut down Dallas and give his team a chance to come back and either tie, send the game to extra innings, or win it in the bottom of the seventh. The Warriors are down by a run. They were down by 2. They did get a run in the 5th. It stays at 2-1 now as we go to the 7th, and Jared Marshall, who came on in relief of the starting pitcher, Jacob Rapay, who did a good job into the 5th, tries to shut down Dallas here.
And he's going to have to earn it. 3, 4, and 5 for the Dragons in the inning or due up.
Jarrett Peterson, who is still in the game, and nobody warming up down there for Dallas.
Well, I think you got to let him finish it.
Pitches outside. Well, with their record, their good record out of the conference and all, you would feel that they probably have somebody that they can rely on in the bullpen, and there goes somebody down there now. They will send somebody down. Just now they leave, and number 1 will start throwing.
I bet they let him try to finish it, though, and if he maybe the first guy gets on or something, then they'll bring in a reliever.
Well, Jarrett Peterson is batting here to start the 7th, and he has ahead in the count 3-0. And Jarrett does not wish to put the leadoff runner aboard, but he does. Ball 4 straight out of the strike zone. Jarrett Peterson aboard. And the batter would be the cleanup hitter, Scott Shepard. So we leave our manager here. We allowed him to make the decision. They will pinch run. I wondered if they would. It took them a little bit, but they got a pinch runner out for Marshall. So I would assume that you may be right about him starting the 7th inning.
Yeah.
If they want him to rest here.
Cameron Herrera is running out there.
Here's Scott Shepard, who is their cleanup hitter, but I'll leave it up to you. Would they sacrifice with a number 4 hitter? And the answer is no. He swings away, and he hits the heck out of this one into the gap. With a pinch runner, he may come around all the way. He's around second on his way to third, and he is going to come. No, he's not. They'll hold him up. Good relay out there. Skylar Garber has a good arm, and he gets it into the shortstop, John Guerreros, who throws it in. Good job by Skylar. That's a good throw. He made one earlier, too. That's a tough throw. That's close to the wall, if not against the wall out there, 342 feet away almost. And there will be a new pitcher coming in. Jacob Rapay will come back. Maybe, no, it's just, no, I think it's going to be a conference. Jeff Stolzig signaled to the third base to Jacob Rapay, but I think it is just a conference.
Well, let's see.
No.
It's going to be.
So Austin Lopez will come off first base, and Jared Marshall will go back to third. And the reason that Jeff signaled to Jacob Rapay is that he will come across the field to become the first baseman.
Will now play first base.
And Austin Lopez will be the new pitcher and the third pitcher for the Warriors. That ball was really smacked by Scott Shepard, and it went to the wall out there. But as I said, Skylar Garber, who has speed, we've seen him run down a couple of balls with the speed, got to it quickly, has a good arm, got it back in quickly. And I thought that Peterson, or who was the Barrera, Moose, what's his name? I don't have the roster for them.
Cameron Herrera.
Herrera?
Yes.
I thought with the pinch runner that he was going to come home on that drive, but a good play by Garber with his speed and his arm to hold the runners to second and third, but still there's nobody out, and Austin Lopez has a tough task in front of him.
Well, you don't want to make the first out at home plate there. It's an important run. It's an insurance run, and I think the head coach was thinking in his head, well, I could either send him and he may get home, he may not, or we can have our number 5 hitter up with 2 runners in scoring position. Still nobody out, so I think that was a pretty easy decision there, not to risk it.
A reminder from Town & Country Realty, if you're in the real estate portion of life, either buying or selling a home, the #1 real estate firm in the Valley is Town & Country Realty. Check them out at their website, tncrealty.com, whether you're buying or selling a home. Loads of helpful tips and every month of a listing in the Willamette Valley at tncrealty.com. All right, Warriors just about ready to go, as Jacob Rapay will have his third position of the day. Started as pitcher, went to third. Third baseman Marshall came in to pitch, but as Austin Lopez comes off first to pitch, Marshall goes back to third, and Jacob Rapay is now the first baseman. And Austin Lopez ready to throw his first pitch of the afternoon in a heap of trouble.
Yeah. What a situation to inherit, huh?
Yeah. Runners at second and third, nobody out. And Dallas with a 2-1 lead, and those are critical runners there. And the pitch is swung on, and Luke could be trouble down the right field line. It will drop for a base hit. Here comes the run home, bobbled momentarily by Jacob Rapay, but it really doesn't make a difference. It was one of those that was hit where nobody could get it. Hit it where they ain't.
Right, and the infield was playing in on the grass. They were trying to cut that runner down. And so, you know, Rapay was very far up. So he stood no chance of getting that one. Normal depth, he would have got it, but not there. Unfortunate.
So a run batted in for Brett Moskal on one of those excuse me hits. Nobody could reach it. Rapay from first. Skylar Garber, his speed couldn't get to that one. It wasn't too far back on the outfield grass. Drops for a base hit, and once it fell safely, Jared Peterson comes home. Scott Shepard goes to third. Brett Moskal is the one with the RBI and the runner at first and third. And Sommerfeld bunts it in the air, and coming off the mound, Austin Lopez grabs it for the out. They'll throw to first, double play.
Oh, nice.
The runner taking off from first because they wanted to bunt to get the runner down to second. The runner from third did not come home, waiting to see what happened, and that bunt was down the third base line, but it was popped and into the air, and coming quickly off the mound, Austin Lopez grabbed it, plenty of time to get to it. Because that runner had taken off from first, they throw to first and get the double play.
Good thing that runner wasn't going from third, because they might have got all three of them there.
The pitch is a strike call to Garrett Smith.
A bender. Curved right in there. Beautifully.
So a pop to the pitcher and the throw to first for the put out. 1-3 for the double play. Garrett Smith. The strike one takes strike two. Excellent location from Austin Lopez. Outside corner at the knees. Smith has reached all times today, but does not have a base hit. He's reached on an error twice and has walked. 0-2, swung on it, chopped all by the third baseman in the left field. Base hit. No way that Jared Marshall could get to that. But that was a really awkward swing, and another reason why they ought to call him back. Say, do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, that pitch was high, and he swung down at it in a very unusual chop.
Yeah, he chopped at it.
And he socked it into the ground, and that's why it took a high hop. And it was also to the left of Jared Marshall. He couldn't reach it, but it was that hop that really gave him the trouble. And it's a base hit. Run batted in, and the 2 runs come home, makes it 4-1, and very, very tough for Lebanon now to come back. Ground ball. Second baseman Williams scoops it up, throws to first. The out recorded against Josh Kibbe. But on the base hit by Smith, another run batted in. 2 runs come home in the inning on 3 hits. They leave a runner. And we have finished 6 1/2, and it's now 4-1 Dallas. So the Warriors now in a deep hole. Bottom of the 7th could be all. We'll see as the game continues today on KGAL.
Figaro's Pizza in Albany is celebrating spring with a large Mexican Fiesta Supreme. Now just $14.99, $15.99 baked. Smothered with beef, olives, onions, taco chips, and diced tomatoes. Laid over their picante bean sauce. Served with sour cream and jalapenos on the side. The Mexican Fiesta Supreme on sale now at the Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. Call 541-924-9303.
H&R Block Tax Professionals are ready to take another look at your TurboTax return to see what you may have missed. Let us tell you for free if you left any money on the table. Start by visiting hrblock.com/anotherlook or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to make an appointment. Fees apply for amended returns. Only some software users make errors, and not every error results in a larger refund at participating locations.
Hi, this is Joyce at your local H&R Block office in Albany, Corvallis, and Lebanon. We live and breathe taxes. Let us find you every deduction and credit you deserve.
1580 KGAL.
Well, it will really be a tough task for the Warriors now, as they were down by a run 2-1, but now they are down by 3 with 2 key runs scoring in the top of the 7th for Dallas. 4-1 lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the sunshine comes back. We missed it in the 6th, but it's back now.
It's back, and maybe that'll bring good news for the Warriors.
And Jared Marshall will stay in, and whoever was down in the bullpen there, number 1, is sitting down.
Well, I think getting those 2 insurance runs were huge for letting him stay out there. 1-run lead, maybe it's a shorter leash, but I bet they're going to let him finish it out now.
Marshall throws a strike to Riley Wessel leading off and throws the fastball, swung on and missed. Riley swinging through that, strike 2.
And why not? He's pitched great today.
Riley Wessel, Skylar Garber, 8 and 9 in the order, and John Guerrero's the hope for the Warriors. They would need many more than that because they're down 3. 4 runs, 8 hits. 1 run, 5 hits for the Warriors. Losers yesterday, 6-3. There would be one more game on Friday, and that would be in Dallas. The pitch is swung on and hit into the glove of a diving Scott Shepard at first. Boy, sometimes you hit them where they ain't, and that was the key for Dallas in that top of the inning, and that one was a line drive. Hit them where they are. Scott Shepard dove and right at the spot.
And quietly, that's 6 in a row retired by Peterson in the game. He's in a nice little string right now.
Quick response, quick reflex from Scott Shepard. Dove and caught that one just before it hit the ground. Would have rolled past him for a base hit, but it's an out, 1 gone. And Skylar Garber takes a strike. You struck out, sacrificed. Warriors need several base runners, down 4-1. Peterson throws the fastball, overthrew that one. You see him come off the mound, maybe a little too anxious in the 7th inning, put a little extra heat behind that. First time he's really been off balance on a pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike to Skylar. John Guerrero's next. Comes with a fastball, swung on and missed. Get the feeling he's going to throw a lot of that right now. He feels the end near. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeff Stolzig now standing out of the shadow. He's down there. Pitch, woo, outside, a ball. Standing far enough back so he's in the sunshine now.
Yeah. Might have moved a few steps back to make sure he was in the sun.
2-2, even count to Skylar. Peterson ready again, working quickly here in the 7th. Throws, and it's a high pop towards the track over there. Again, anybody running? If so,
look out.
Life. They're playing soccer over there. Look far enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were playing soccer last Wednesday as well.
And there's 2-color uniforms, so maybe it is a game over there.
Oh.
2-2 is whacked into left field. Will it be short enough for a base hit? No, it's grabbed by the shortstop.
It sure looked like it was going to be a better hit than that, Ray. I'll give you that.
Give me a break. Cade Fast, shortstop. I thought that was going to be left field, and if anything, it would drop in front of Garrett Smith, but the shortstop, Cade Fast, just inside the outfield grass.
Just inside it, right?
Caught it for the out. I'll be darned. All right. Well, the key thing is that it's an out, 2 gone, and here's John Guerrero's last hope, and Peterson looks intent upon pitching a complete game victory this afternoon.
It looked much better coming off the bat, Ray. I will give you that.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Looked like a...
And our buzz is back.
It just came back. What? Swung on and hit towards center. No question there. Nobody's going to catch it from the infield, but it will be caught by Dankenbrink. What's his first name? I never got his first name today. What's Dankenbrink?
I don't have his first name.
He was Tyler Dankenbrink for the final out. He was the center fielder who was hit for. He will catch the final ball on a line drive by John Guerreros, who hits it well, but again, right at somebody. In this case, Tyler Dankenbrink, 3 up, 3 down. And ironically, Peterson, who pitched a wonderful game, allows just 1 run, did not retire the side in order until the 6th, and he did it again in the 7th.
And he finishes the game retiring the last 8 Warriors in order, so he definitely figured it out the last couple innings there.
Warriors fall 4-1 this afternoon. They lost the first game of the series 6-3. Last chance to pick up a victory would be tough. It'll be at Dallas, the number 2 ranked team in the state by the OSAA, and we've seen reason why this afternoon.
Yeah.
We'll come back and wrap things up in just a bit. 4-1, Dallas wins it on KGAL.
Looking for a subcompact tractor? You'll find the world's first at Lynn Benton Tractor. It's the BX series from Kubota. 4 great models are packed full of features you'd expect from larger tractors. From light yard work to heavier loader work, there's a BX series model for you at Lynn Benton Tractor. You can check out Kubota's BX Series this week at the Lynn County Fairgrounds during the Northwest Horse Show and Expo, or at Lynn Benton Tractor's new location in Silverton, and as always along Highway 99E Tangent.
The Really Big Spring event is happening now at Power Honda in Albany. Check out the all-new 2013 Accord and find out why it is the winner of the USA Today Motor Week Midsize Sedan Shootout. During this month of April, you can take advantage of 1.9% financing for 60 months on the all-new Accord.
Financing subject to approved credit.
Visit Power Honda online at mypowerhonda.com or stop by Power Honda in Albany today, just east of I-5 on Santiam Highway, your Honda Superstore.
Financing subject to approved credit.
1580 KGAL.
Well, things did not go the Warriors' way today. A tough game against a very good team. They played well, but they fall short. And a finish writing in the last inning here for Dallas. They win it. For the Warriors, they win it. Dallas wins it 4-1.
Yeah.
4 runs on 10 hits. How many errors did you have for the Warriors today? Did you?
For the Warriors, let me see here. I had 3.
I had 3 also.
Yes, because we had that one.
But I noticed there was something like 5 up on the board, wasn't it? 5?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why. 3. I have 5, and I have 3 on the day, but it's unofficial scoring and sometimes a matter of judgment here.
Baseball it's funny like that, you know. It's 2 people can look at a play and score it a different way. So,
but we scored accurately, certainly.
That's right.
That's the difference.
2-1. We had that.
That's the difference.
Four runs.
The difference. 4 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors for the Warriors, and 12 left on for Dallas. The Warriors did a good job of stranding runners and keeping the score low until runners reached 2nd and 3rd to start that 7th inning, and both of them came home to give them an insurmountable 3-run edge. For the Warriors, 1 run on 5 hits and 1 Dallas error. That was a dropped 3rd strike by their catcher, allowing John Guederos to reach as the leadoff hitter in the 3rd inning. But the 1 error and 6 left on for the Warriors. 4-1. Dallas wins it. A very impressive performance by their starting pitcher, Jarrett Peterson. An impressive performance by the losing pitcher, Jacob Rapay, who went into the 5th inning relieved by Jarrett Marshall. But Jacob will take the loss. The first run against him was unearned, and the second run was earned, but because he left down the score, I believe 2-0 when he left, or 2-1, but they were behind when he left, so he will take the loss this afternoon. 4-1 Dallas wins it. We'll get a final timeout here this afternoon and come back and wrap things up officially for the day.
Looking for a subcompact tractor? You'll find the world's first at Lynn Benton Tractor. It's the BX Series from Kubota. 4 great models are packed full of features you'd expect from larger tractors. From light yard work to heavier loader work, there's a BX Series model for you at Lynn Benton Tractor. You can check out Kubota's BX Series this week at the Lynn County Fairgrounds during the Northwest Horse Show and Expo, or at Lynn Benton Tractor's new location in Silverton, and as always along Highway 99E Tangent.
The Really Big Spring event is happening now at Power Honda in Albany. Check out the all-new 2013 Accord and find out why it is the winner of the USA Today Motor Week Midsize Sedan Shootout. During this month of April, you can take advantage of 1.9% financing for 60 months on the all-new
credit.
Visit Power Honda online at mypowerhonda.com or stop by Power Honda in Albany today, just east of I-5 on Santiam Highway, your Honda Superstore.
Financing subject to approved credit.
1580 KGAL.
Well, this is rather intriguing. I don't know if you can hear the sound, but they are cutting the grass. Now, I mentioned after a second bunt of the afternoon, one of which, and I think it was by Dallas, died halfway down the 3rd baseline, died quickly because it was a tough play for Jacob Rapay. Come off the mound, grab it close to the baseline, turn and throw to first on a fast runner. That's where we had a little bit of difference in the scoring. We gave a base hit. Later on, it would be scored an error officially on the board. But there was another bunt by, I believe it was Skylar Garber, who bunted down the first baseline, and that ball stopped just a few feet down the first baseline when it hit the grass. They are now cutting that grass. You don't normally see people cutting the grass after the game.
No.
Was there some kind of groundskeeping here for the game to slow the ball down on the hard hits? Or, you sometimes hear about major league teams tailoring their field to accommodate the pitcher against a particular team. and sometimes leaving the grass a little long to slow the ball down.
I don't know, but that is a hefty piece of equipment there, Ray.
It certainly is. But
that is a very, I'm sure, very expensive lawnmower they got going here.
Boy, I'd like to have that thing at the Cheshire Mansion.
Yeah, I bet.
But this is an unusual time to be cutting the grass. And that may explain why I said that those balls are stopping dead.
Oh, yeah.
Could it be a little wet? I didn't think the grass, but
apparently it just needed to be cut.
Can you see the difference in the grass? You can see a difference in the color when a lawnmower comes through. You see the line? That other grass.
Yeah.
It's high.
It was definitely high.
And that's the reason that those balls stopped going down. But we won't credit Jeff Stolzig with enough desire to tailor the field. And I don't know why that would have been against Dallas, which appeared to have some speed. Yeah, I don't think you want to slow the ball down on a fast team.
But that was an interesting post-game talk. All right, we'll get him next time. Now, go get the lawnmower.
Yeah. It's too late now. Cut the grass.
Yeah.
We'll take one more timeout. We'll come back and give you the official stats and tell you what's up for our high school baseball games. We're glad we got this one in today. According to the weather person, this was supposed to be a nasty day of high winds. It is windy.
Yeah,
But not the 25-mile-an-hour gusts they had talked about, I don't think. And it is not raining the 10th to a quarter of an inch that they had predicted. So we've gotten the game in, unfortunately. The result 4-1 Dallas. We'll come back and finish up.
Figaro's Pizza in Albany is celebrating spring with a large Mexican Fiesta Supreme. Now just $14.99, $15.99 baked. Smothered with beef, olives, onions, taco chips, and diced tomatoes. Laid over their picante bean sauce. Served with sour cream and jalapenos on the side. The Mexican Fiesta Supreme on sale now at the Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. Call 541-924-9303.
H&R Block Tax Professionals are ready to take another look at your TurboTax return to see what you may have missed. Let us tell you for free if you left any money on the table. Start by visiting hrblock.com/anotherlook or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to make an appointment. Fees apply for amended returns. Only some software users make errors, and not every error results in a larger refund at participating locations.
Hi, this is Joyce at your local H&R Block office in Albany, Corvallis, and Lebanon. We live and breathe taxes. Let us find you every deduction and credit you deserve.
1580 KGAL.
All right. Welcome back. To my left is Rob Allen. To my right is Scott Landgren. And they will be doing a game next week because I am headed for a fine location, a vacation, a much-deserved vacation, whether anyone thinks it or not.
Yes.
In this case, I'm going to go to a beautiful, warm climate. I mean, the winter gets you down in Oregon. So Mary Jo, my wife, and I are going to go to Cleveland and Buffalo. Wonderful spots.
Oh, yes.
For vacationing. Stay at motels in Cleveland and Buffalo for a week while we visit her dad, who is now 95 years old.
Wow.
Really nice man. Well, a wonderful father-in-law. Has been very kind to me through the years. It is an Italian family. When we were first married, when they would come out to visit, I would go out and check under the hood before I started the car. Because it's a very Italian family. But I won my way into the family through the years and never worried about that. And a really nice gentleman who turned 95 in August. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. So first we're going to go to Cleveland together. And then we will go to Buffalo and finish off visiting my brother, who just finished selling our house where I would stay when I visited Buffalo, so that'll be a motel.
Oh dear.
And it should be an interesting week.
Sounds like it.
But that will keep me away from games. So next Friday, Crescent Valley, which has really been tearing things up, they're 4-0, and who knows? I think they beat Silverton for 3 wins.
But they did have that impressive win yesterday.
17-1 over West. That really opens your eyes. No one has done that to West. We remember a game that we covered a few years ago in which West was down by about 7 runs in the 7th inning and came back and beat Crescent Valley.
Yes.
And they've done that a couple of times over the last few years, beaten Crescent Valley in the final inning. And they have really made Crescent Valley their doormat. Well, Crescent Valley got even, but good yesterday, winning 17-1.
I'd be very interested to see what the score today was, and then the Friday game, to see if Crescent Valley, if they can sweep that series or even win the series 2-1, they might be for real.
But Crescent Valley will come here next week. Now, we know that on Friday, Rob, to my left, and Scott to my right will have the game covered.
Yeah.
But we did have a game that we missed last week when they switched the contest that we intended to cover to Thursday when we couldn't do it. And we'd like to do another one, so I won't ask you guys on the air, but maybe we might try to fit in a couple of games if we can. But definitely next Friday.
Oh, yeah.
But stay tuned to the morning update and let you know if we have an additional game added to our lineup for the year. But a week from this Friday, at Lebanon with the Crescent Valley visiting. Final score today is 4-1. Thank you for everything, Scott. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ray.
Carissa Adams back at the studio. You are so diligent. We always appreciate that.
Yes.
And the buzz, I don't know whether it's because the lawnmower is out there and that's what we hear.
Maybe.
But a gust of wind came up. There is a buzz that will drive you broadcast bonkers, and it's because the radio through which we monitor is so close to the equipment up here.
Right.
But they also turned off the scoreboard one. That may be the one that interferes.
True.
But the buzz is gone again, but the lawnmower is here as we leave you today. 4 runs on 10 hits, 3 Warrior errors on our scorecard, 12 left on base for Dallas, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Dallas, and 6 runners left on base. Join us tomorrow morning for the morning update between 5:30 and 9, and join Scott and Rob a week from Friday here at Lebanon. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. We got the game in. Boy, what good fortune that is. It's actually a nice afternoon, cold but nice. 4-1, Dallas wins it on KGAL.
Thanks for listening to today's broadcast of Mid-Valley High School Baseball on 1580 KGAL. High School Baseball was brought to you by Lynn Benton Tractor, Power Honda, Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant, Albany Grocery Outlet, Stavros Auto Centers, Mark Thomas Motors, Burgerville, Now Builders, Northwest Apparel and Embroidery, Wilson Motors, Figaro's Pizza of Albany, Like New Appliance, and by Economy Supply Building Center. Listen soon for another exciting high school game. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, 1580 KGAL, and Radio Scott Productions. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.
Clarity over agreement. Expected from Dennis Prager, weekday mornings at 9 on Smart Talk 1580.